Get rid of that fucking banner.
Rock your head to these beats like you were surfing. A Lego chat show to which we welcome all, talking shit, spitballing and busting your balls. We all love Star Wars, the uniting cause, but as long as you love Lego, it ain't breaking no laws. We got guests, clock talking random topics, leaks, rumors, hot takes like psychotropics, lane breakers, and of course all the latest gossip. What's your wish list? What's it gonna take to cop? Let's do a roll call of our illustrious host, hailing stateside in UK, coast to coast. Padawan the Don shuffles in, packing the cake, Austiff for Austiff while he making it shake. Maulsvengeance here to send us back to 99. Oaktown, always down, letting love light shine. Hailing from the Emerald Isle comes Slurpy ho-ho, pot of gold at the rainbow, stop motion maestro. West Country Whittakee, thespian by night. Monthly bucks the boys try to guess it right. Cool Han with the plan, talks the head of the pay. Cyril and Biff, Welsh Dragon, see you all at the range. So wrap this up a quick, let's get the show started. Comments in the chat, even replay gets harder. Make yourself known, so we can shout you all out. Cool Han Luke, check it out, come see what it's about. Cool Han Luke, Cool Han Luke, we about to blast off like we're dropping a note. Cool Han Luke, Cool Han Luke, rock your head to these beats like you were surfing. Cool Han Luke, Cool Han Luke, we about to blast off like we're dropping a note. Cool Han Luke, Cool Han Luke, rock your head to these beats like you were surfing. A Lego check show.
You know they can still hear us this whole time, right?
Really?
Yeah, that's why I was being quiet. Good evening, everyone.
Hello, hello, hello.
Afternoon.
Aloha.
Welcome to another
Hello.
Super Sunday.
This is the first time I've been on from the start in a long time.
Yeah, so
It is,
welcome
yeah.
everybody to episode 36, Cool Han Luke.
Yeah.
And it's the #1 Brickworld stream. We've counted down from 5 and done it a bit weird. So 5, 4, 3, 2. This is 1. So it's not the first one. It's actually the last one, but it's #1 as in, the last week or the last stream before Brickworld. So joined today by an old friend that we used to be regularly on the streams and took a bit of a hiatus. Slurpy, for the people who've forgotten what he looks like.
Who?
A little bit more information later about
Oh,
Will.
he's down there. Oh, hello.
If you know, you know, but if you don't know, we'll tell you. So we'll tell you later, or at least he will. Whittakee to my, this side, basically. Still alive. The weekend at Bernie's is kind of stuck between-
Do you know what? Right, do you know what? I was gonna tonight. I'll tell you what. Tonight, for the last week, but I decided and I took it off. I actually was going to shave, grow a moustache, and wear a Hawaiian shirt for tonight, but I haven't been wearing enough to do that. So.
What we're gonna do, we're gonna have Whittakee's whinge later. He's gonna tell us a little bit about his illness, and then
And a medallion.
so we can get extra love and care and attention from everybody. I'm pretty sure that's why he's doing it at Brickworld, and he can update us on his health status.
Everyone, all the pictures keep going off and on. What's going on?
What pictures?
Is that just me, or did that happen to everyone else? Then?
No, I'm a Power Rex. Oh, what the?
On a milk cat.
Oh.
Have you seen this freak?
It's true.
Right,
And then
so-
we're also joined by a familiar friend, a friend of the show and a friend of ours. Nimble Saucepan. Doesn't
Yeah,
really
so,
need an introduction.
What's happening?
It's only happening to you, mate, whatever it is. So
I give
it
you the
seems
shit
even
internet.
weirder. It seems even weirder because we don't know what you're talking about.
It's-
Like you're talking to yourself.
Everyone
know
keeps
what
freezing
you're
and the
going on
pictures
about.
keep disappearing.
They've updated your Wi-Fi to Irish Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you're having a
Yeah,
stinker.
I got your Wi-Fi.
Haha.
Mate.
This is
But,
what happens when I don't stream for a month. I just save up
we're-
all my shit
mate,
internet for now.
We're on the premium version now, so we're 720. We're coming at you at 720. That's why Slurpy is in more than 4 pixels.
Wow.
Yeah, so look, it's the 4 of us to start with. It's gonna get hairy. It's gonna get busy throughout the stream. We've got a nice bunch of regular faces coming in to say hello and do a bit of hosting. We've got some unfamiliar faces, but still friends of the show, or will be friends of the show at least after this stream, or maybe not, depending on how it goes. But most of which are going to be attending at Brickworld, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But so we'll have some people breezing through. We've got some extra special guests breezing through, and yeah, so it's going to be a bit of a what do I call it? A bit of a bonanza stream. So also
yeah.
lots of different things going on.
Martin, I just noticed you've tidied up your beard.
I did, mate. I
Oh,
did.
yeah.
And now I've had to reorder beard pieces for all my minifigs.
Yeah.
I went into the barbers and I said, I want to keep the length. Story of my life. I want to keep the length, but it
That's what she
needs
said.
tidying up. And he's like, yeah, I can do
Yeah.
that. Immediately cuts like it in half. And I was like, so yeah, the first thing I asked was for you to keep the length. He's like, oh
See-
yeah, but and I was just like, okay. Basically, what I think what they're trying to say is, and I kind of agree with this because my brother's told me the same thing. He's like a beard connoisseur now. But what I never did is I just grew it out. Right, I didn't really look after it. But what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to have it trimmed and tidied regularly so it grows.
Right.
You're supposed to shape it and all that kind of
Supposed to shape it. So you had to kind of cut it down to a shapeable level. And then you grow it out for a bit, and then they get longer than it was before, but it'll stay in shape. And then you cut it again, and you keep it just like a haircut, I guess.
Yeah,
to
looks
some
right.
degree.
I mean, you look now more like a gnome and not a dwarf, so you know.
Yeah,
It's a lot of work goes into that, isn't it?
See, mine's the
Yeah.
opposite. I mean, I had my hair cut the other day, right, and I wanted it short, and it's not short enough. I wanted it like that short.
Oh,
Thank
mate,
God I
fingers,
can't grow a
mate.
beard.
Anyway,
but anyway, well, more about beards later, possibly. But so there's the agenda tonight is just to kind of go with the flow. See who's coming in, questions from the panel. Obviously, my man Whittakee will look after the chat, throw up some comments and questions. We'll do our best to keep an eye on that. But obviously, as you guys know in the chat, it is difficult to kind of maintain focus on conversation and on some
Well,
of the
I'll
new
get to it.
guests.
I'll
Show
keep
them
up
love.
with that anyway. So
Show them some tender love and care, but also keep an eye on the chat. So I do apologize if we miss comments. That's never our intention. But if you're in the chat and you really want your comments seen, ask me for the link. And you can come on the stream, and that way you can say whatever you want and get all the attention you need. So it happened for Nimble. We didn't even know what he looked like 6 months ago, and he had his reveal. Exclusive to another exclusive to the Cool Han show.
There's been a lot of them, isn't there?
Well, and now, yeah, my phone gallery is completely filled with mugshots of. I've got more pictures of Nimble in my phone than I have of my daughter and my fiance.
As long as I'm not your
there's quite a few of me as well, I think, in there.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
probably. Yeah.
Right. So before I do the call out, there's something I just wanted to add. Because, like you say, we don't plan anything here, so I'm just going to put it in. All right, very quickly. Some weekly news. Dun, 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 dun. So the top news is we'd like to. The top news is that Tyler came back last Tuesday on a live stream. Good
Well, we
stream.
did.
I can't believe within about 20 minutes he had 300 people there. I think something like that.
That was nuts. wasn't
Mental.
it?
So
Rookie numbers.
Yep. Next bit of news is obviously we had. I won't go into it too much, but we had all the new leaks of the Star Wars sets, which I can't round them all off. I think was it Django's Slave One.
Yeah.
You had the Torrent, the Turbo Tank,
MTT.
MTT, the Ewok. If there's any I've missed, but yeah, I have to say very quickly, probably won't be getting most of them, but some of them did look better than what I was expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the final bit of news is nothing to do with Star Wars whatsoever. Is that they did also showed a new wave. Lego showed a new wave of the One Piece sets, and I have to say, hopefully in the future, after what's we call it, Brickworld, that we could talk about the sets, because that's one theme that I might actually go into because I really enjoy it. It looks really good. Anyway, that's the news this week.
It's better for you.
Ta-da.
Hell yeah.
And now to Cool Han with the weather.
Yes.
It's pissing down.
It's been pissing down here all the time. Bloody every day in June. Every day in June has been raining.
Summer was good, wasn't it? Really enjoyed summer.
Summer, yeah.
Looking forward to it
Summer.
next year.
I remember summer. Fucking what a
I
summer
like it.
was.
I like when it happens once a year, one day a year. Like,
Yeah.
Well, hopefully
we should go to Ronnie Pickering about traffic management. See what.
Hopefully our summer start on Monday. Tuesday, sorry.
Yeah, we got to go abroad to see ours.
Yeah.
Abroad.
Right. So, okay. So, do you want me to introduce
Yes, they
the?
sent
There's
amazing.
loads
Okay.
of comments here. Right, I've got a lot to catch up on. So yeah. So wind up your windows. Turn up your boom boxes. Get your wave hands in the air. And let's start saying hello. So the first one was Starbricks.
Any music?
Starbricks? Starfish Bricks, sorry.
Any music?
Oh,
Where's the rocking through?
yeah.
Come on now, man.
I thought Slurpy was, come on.
I remember my first stream.
Right, hold on.
What's it sounding like? Good.
Thank you. Yeah, that's it. Cool. Right, evening to Brick Dynasty. 2 more days
What's up,
to
man?
go. Evening, Ken. Ultra Bricks. Evening, lad. We've got the Budgie Smugglers pack. Cool Han, have you? I hope not. Papa Rex in the house. Good evening. We've also got Brick by Brick Together. Good evening. Yeah, stay frosty. We've got Brick Adjuster. Good evening. We've got Crimson Toaster. Oh, we've got lots here. We've got Acob. Hey, Sean, quit the length
So
on
Sean,
that.
Sean.
Quite the length on that today. It's not about your beard, I hope. We have Andre. We have good evening, Amy. Hope
Amy,
you're well.
up.
Oh, look, we got life breaks. Hope you heard our news. Good evening, Tyler. We got Bit Lego Guy. Good evening. I mean, I've got a lot of work to do today. Will Productions. Good evening to you. Welcome to the show. I think that's everyone else's. Oh, we've got.
Oh, there's a few more. Hey.
Become one of our regulars now, Paddy. Good evening, Sarah. And I think that is everybody at the moment.
No.
Yeah. Well, she's got beautiful sunshine over where she is, but we haven't. That's everyone at the moment. But of course, anyone who comes in, I'll keep an eye on the chat and I will say hello, even if we're in mid-conversation. Welcome to the show, everyone.
Can I just address Amy briefly? Amy,
Yes.
if you're out there, I don't know how to get hold of you privately because I just want to know if you. I want to do this Snack Wars thing out in the US, and I think you've probably shown the most excitement about it in terms of supporting us. So I've got a bunch of goodies coming. I don't know if everybody else went through with actually packing anything. Probably not, but I've got a bunch of stuff. Kirsty did all the work and made sure that all the things that she ordered or we've got to bring out are not really or not readily or not at all available in the US, or if they do, they exist in a completely different version, i.e. Smarties. So I was wondering if you could help us with that, because I'm going to try and set up a stream at some point while we're there. It won't be like a long stream or anything like over the top like this, calling this over the top, but you know what I mean? We're just going to basically set up a tripod and film us just having a laugh and just trying out some different snacks. And now, obviously, if there's nobody out there who's brought any along with them from the US, we can always go out and get them while we're there.
Yeah.
And we just have like a little compare. So we'll have a couple of UK guys, a couple of US guys, and just sharing each other's, you know, give them a couple of scores. I haven't really thought about the whole scoring mechanism and everything, but I just wondered if you wanted to kind of help us orchestrate it, host it with us, whatever it looks like. But yeah,
the jelly babies are covered. I'm bringing them.
Yeah, so obviously, if your son wants to get involved as well, I don't know obviously what the situation is with him being on a channel. You know, obviously that's up to you. We can sort that out when we get there. But I just wanted to know if you were up for it. But I know you said about bringing a few bits and pieces. Obviously, there's no pressure on you to do that. We can always go out and get them while we're there. But I just wondered if you were up for it. I just need to know how to kind of orchestrate it with you because I got you're not on any socials as far as I know. But if that's the case,
Amy's got Instagram.
Yeah,
because she befriended me on it.
Wait, so it's a person. Are you under a different name?
Lego Timmy, and a quick shout out to Get Cooped.
Cool.
So reach out to me on Instagram anyway, Amy. I don't want to take up too much time doing it here, but yeah, I've obviously missed. For some reason I thought you weren't on Instagram, so I've obviously dropped a bollock there, so that's my fault. But reach out to me on there and we'll sort something out. It won't be like, we ain't planning the second coming or anything. It'll just be like, what can we do? But yeah, so I've got something else I want to quickly share, guys. But if there's something you guys want to talk about, go ahead. Because you can take.
Can I talk?
Yeah, go for it.
Can I talk about my absence?
Yeah, that's the perfect time. Get a banner up, Whittakee.
Makes the heart grow fonder, though, Slurpy.
Yeah. I actually was doing this, and I'm only going to be on till 9:30 anyway, which is or 9, 9:30. But I was working on my Brickworld stop motion, and I was spending most, if not all, of my free time at it. And I kind of needed to Slurpy's lost days. And I was working on it during the streaming too. I mean, I would pop in too, for it. Maybe about 10, 15 minutes, and I would listen to you guys while I was up animating and stuff like that. The lock shots. Huh?
So we always got to pop in, even if it's for a couple of minutes. So we can say we did the show.
Because I've been on every stream. But I got it submitted. I haven't made it public yet. And it's my stop motion is going to be playing at Brickworld, which I'm proper excited for. It's going to play, I think, throughout the week at the event, and then on the Saturday it's going to play at the festival, and then there's a whole ream of awards and stuff like that. So I hope they don't have any dream sets, so I'm not as excited. But I was really hoping for some dream sets. But
well, obviously, I'm not allowed to say anything, Slurpy, but well done.
Oh, thanks, man. I was going to play a teaser for it if the chat wanted to see it. I don't know if they're in the mood for it. There's 21.
Let's build some anticipation for that, shall we?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Definitely do want to play it. Definitely.
Let's try and get let's say about 8 o'clock or whatever. Give it another half
8 o'clock. Yeah. It's only no, I have to say this right now to the chat. It's only 53 seconds I'm playing. The thing is 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
I was going to say, and just as soon as I watched it, the first thing that came to my head, and I hope you don't mind, I was like, awesome, weird, but awesome.
I thought it was
it's mint.
Oh, thanks.
It is
world class.
And did you do without giving too much away? Did you do a certain thing to get a certain someone from Brickworld interested?
No comment.
Okay.
Yeah, we got our first guest. I didn't see him sat there in the green room. I do apologize. New to the show, but an old friend.
Oh, what's up, man?
Rick Jester. How's it going?
Nice to meet you guys, the UK boys.
What's up?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Well,
Nice
most
to
of
meet you, buddy.
right. Let me just throw you up. Okay. So, anybody who doesn't know Brick Adjuster, what the hell have you been doing with your life? Full of Brick, the Full of Brick podcast or Full of Brick show on YouTube is probably one of the most entertaining, both to be on as a guest and to watch. Now, I'll be honest, I've not watched a huge backlog of them just because of the timing. Certainly not live, but I have watched back quite a few episodes. I think probably my best episode is still going to be the Pink Wheels episode. So, guys, go back and check that out. Fantastic show. But a few of our friends have been on that show. These guys do a fantastic job of making sure they do the rounds in the community and get anybody and everybody on, including my good self. So, yeah, I had the privilege of going on. And it's just, I took a lot of influence from the show. Ours has always been a little bit more like hodgepodge, a bit kind of off the cuff, blag it as you go along, because that's just our style as Brits, but also mostly my style. But you guys, I like the way you segment off your show. And then you have the bit, like my favorite bit was when you played the music and everybody's kind of just dancing. And it was great. It was just like, I was getting into it. But when I watch back other people's shows, and I hope Ken doesn't mind me shouting him out because he's also a friend of the show. Ken was on and he just looked so uncomfortable with dancing.
I was trying to get him to dance, but he
didn't
want to show his dance moves.
I don't want to say too much about your show in your stead. Look, anybody who's on this in this chat and on this stream almost certainly already knows who you are. But tell us a little bit about yourself anyway, just for the people who might be a little bit idiocy and don't know.
So my name's Nick, aka the Brick Adjuster. Well, ADJUSTR, but it's fine.
Oh God, I messed that up today.
Is that the UK way to spell Brick Adjuster?
That's my fault. Hold on, 2 seconds.
I'm joking.
We got a different dictionary over
He
here.
had one job and he's been demoted now. Sorry, mate.
Still not very well. Leave me alone.
So
sorry, you can't say that.
Go on, Nick. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, so we do have our podcast, my wife and I, Maria, Brick Zapper. And so every Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern time. So I guess, what is that, like 2 a.m. UK time?
3 a.m.
3 a.m. Yeah, we do our podcast. We usually have guests on who are part of the community and then just kind of chat along with them. So been doing the podcast for a while. I guess we started around 2015, and then we had like a little hiatus around 2017 to 2021. We had like a little hiatus and then got back into it. So yeah, and then excited to see you. Are you guys all going to Brickworld Chicago?
Yes,
all except for Nimble, the one in the guy with the white t-shirt. Yeah,
the one not wearing sunglasses. He's just not cool enough, you know. We told him no sunglasses.
I didn't pass the qualification for sunglasses, unfortunately. But no, maybe next year. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, maybe next year.
But look,
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. So, like, guys, if whether in the UK or the US, so these guys are the true epitome of Canadian friendliness. I mean, we hear things about the Canadians about how they're such great people, and I have never felt so kind of welcome, and just kind of at home in somebody else's kind of backyard, if you like, in terms of another stream. So, look, I like to think we make our guests really welcome, but ours is a bit more kind of banter and kind of, mercilessly bullying each other, kind of, with love, obviously, and a bit like kind of fly by the seat of the pants. But these guys, it's like, I don't know, it's like being in an episode of like Funhouse or something like that. I don't know. I really enjoyed it, and I had to kind of go to bed, wake up to be on the show, and I thought I'm going to be like a sack of shit on in this because. I don't do broken sleep. See, once I go to sleep, that's it. But I was loving it, and I struggled to get back to sleep afterwards because it was just the hype of the show was fantastic. And like I said, even to watch it back on replay, other episodes obviously, is
Yeah,
fantastic.
I watched that one actually.
Hmm?
I did watch that one.
But no, it's a fantastic show. And look, good to have you on board. We would love to get you and Maria on as guests in the future. Obviously, this is more a kind of a flyby visit and stay as long as you can or can't. But yeah, looking forward to meeting you at Brickworld. And yeah, you can probably show us the ropes because you guys are kind of a little bit more experienced with, certainly with brick events, but I know Brickworld as well for quite a few years, right?
For Brickworld, my first one was 2023, so this will be the third one.
Oh, okay, yeah. Amazing. So look, stick with us. It does get a bit sort of footloose and fancy free. So we've got no schedule to the guests at all. We don't do scheduling here. It's just kind of come in and out as and when you please, like a DOS house. But we have got another guest.
Come on 5 minutes before the show and plan something.
Yeah.
No, we planned the show 5 minutes after it should have aired. So,
true.
A week after it's aired.
Which
There's
is
one
the
thing.
normal.
There's a message from Sean, right? And I've been watching a lot of sort of streams lately, and they always asking that question. I've got a question to ask, which is opposite.
Don't ask it yet.
Is there
Don't ask it yet because I want to introduce another guest. Because
okay.
This person is like a VIP for this particular reason of this stream, and again, new to the show, not new to the chat, but new to the show. But also, his time is quite limited, as you'll all see in a couple of seconds.
I'm going to ask that question now.
Hey.
Good evening, Mark. Hello.
Hey.
Hello, Mark.
How you doing?
Hello.
Time, I think.
How's it going, mate?
Yeah, it's going all right. Thanks. How are you guys?
How are you? Because you had
Nice
COVID,
to meet you,
haven't you?
buddy.
Okay.
Yeah, it keeps coming back, man. I felt better on Friday than I did yesterday and today, unfortunately. But this is the last day that I'm supposed to be quarantined. The last day of the medication. So and I load 2 20-foot trucks tomorrow, and move into the hotel. And I haven't even packed anything yet. I am so tired.
Join the club.
But yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is one of those things that I'm used to being tired and fighting through it. This is just an exhaustion I'm not familiar with. And so it's been a little bit tougher to fight through this one. I think this is the third freaking time I've had it. So this time the brain fog and my eyesight are the two things that have really been difficult to get the stuff done that I need to get done. But hopefully everything will be in place. Hopefully I've paid all the right invoices. I don't know.
They say it's supposed to not be so bad each time you get it, but that's not true because I've had it
That's
twice.
not true.
The second time was awful.
Yeah,
Awful, yeah.
The first time I barely had symptoms. The second time I slept for a week. This time was bad, but at least I had the Paxlovid to kind of knock it out pretty quickly. But then the lingering the last couple of days has been pretty annoying. So, but besides that, it's the show must go on, as they say. So
You're looking well. So.
Thank you.
It's going back quite quickly as well.
Yeah, my hair grows really fast. So
What about the arm hair?
Actually, it'll always be there. So what I did during the stream is I was like I'll shave my chest hair, and because I was wearing a tank top, I hit my chest real quick. It itched for days. I did get rid of the Sasquatch back though, so that'll just because it was a winter coat.
Got to shed back.
Yeah.
So, Mark, look, I know you've probably had this said to you a million times, and I know a lot of people say it with genuinity, but also probably emptiness. But I'm going to, look into your eyes now and say, if you need any help, I'm sure the guys will agree with me, but if you need any help there, I know obviously you put our names down for volunteering, you only got to shout at me, mate.
Awesome.
I can do whatever needs doing. I manage a team of people, and I've managed teams in my experience of up to 60 staff, right? Which I know is nothing probably compared to what you've done. But the point I'm trying to make is I now regularly volunteer a Lego convention in the UK, which is a one-day event, more like a traveling show than a kind of established thing like what you got. And I've gone from being sort of managing teams of people to being at the bottom of the ladder where I get shouted at. We want you to do this. We want you to do that. And it's quite humbling. but actually enjoy it, to be not the person, because they don't know my background. So it's nice to be the person to be like, you know what, I like to muck in again, because this is how I started my career. Just do what I'm told to do, go where I'm told to go, and enjoy it. And of course, like I said, it goes without saying that we'll be there, we'll be free. If you need anything, just give us a shout, and obviously fire me in the direction you want to put me in, mate. So
totally accepted. I will call on you when needed for sure. There's going to be the first few days of the show where I won't be on the floor much, because I won't want to be spreading this around. It's the guidance here now is quarantine for 5 days, wear a mask for 5. So I can be out there. I just I think I'll need my rest, and I've got a couple staff members who I really don't want who have pre-existing conditions that I don't want to put them at risk either. So it's just going to be a kind of a fly by the seat of your pants sort of run of show this year. So we'll see how it goes
every week.
Yeah, I'll make sure our hype team knows to go to you if they need stuff. So I'll make the hype team, by the way, is Manny from season 1 of Lego Masters and my mom.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm excited about that. So yeah, cool. I'm happy to be on the show finally.
Yeah, well, look, would be nice to get you on as a full guest, same as Nick.
Sure.
In the future. As you know, today is more of a turnstile event where we just kind of, it's for the viewers more than anybody else. Most people in the same boat as us, where they're either about to go or they're about to embark on a kind of YouTube mission and watch everything that's being pumped out if they're not able to go. Mm-hmm. Either way, it's kind of like keeping the juices flowing for the guys. All the while, I should be packing, but we acquiesce. We do what we can. So
I have to say, Mark. I mean, the three of us at the top. This is our first year of going. We are
nice.
We are absolutely buzzing.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
good. Good.
I mean, unfortunately, I haven't been very well either, and I've got esophagitis, so I've got to be careful what I eat next week.
Okay.
I don't care. I'm coming, and I'm looking forward to it.
I'm just like, okay, so I have COVID. I'm still gonna enjoy myself.
Yeah.
When do you guys fly in?
Tuesday.
Nice.
Yeah, about 2:00.
Cool. Excellent.
I'm coming in on Wednesday.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
I hear a lot of people doing Monday, Tuesday, really early.
Go Austiff, like they did Friday or Saturday.
Austiff
it's already there.
Yeah,
there must be some shadow Brickworld that they're going to. I don't know what.
Yeah, they're there before I am. So
those guys are actually tuning in. Sorry, man.
We want to do a few more days, than a few days. So that's why. But obviously, didn't do like over a week because that's when the prices went up on the hotel and stuff. So but just come over for the public gate. Had to come over for the
whole
week.
shebang.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's where the real experience is for sure.
So have we got any? I've asked for questions. I pinned it in the YouTube. In the YouTube. I pinned it in the comments. And I've seen a couple pop up. Have we got any comments that are Mark orientated while we've still got him?
Not at the moment. I mean, like I said, I was going to ask, but I don't know if I want to now.
Ask anything.
The only thing we've had really is from Sean, like basically what a lot of people, what the boys looking forward to most at Brickworld. Which tends to be like the main question.
Nimble's got a question. Mark,
what is the percentage of chance that Brickworld ever goes international?
Oh God, it's relatively low. It is very hard, especially right now, to become an international business. Yeah. I would love to. There's an interested group in France. That would be quite a pivot for me. We do 3 other shows. We used to do 5 other shows. As expos that are just 2-day events where we just get the local groups to come in and set up their stuff and invite the public in and do some, activities. And we do a World of Lights in Grand Rapids. It'd be nice to focus on the convention model and do another one. And to do 2 conventions in a year, one would have to be, somewhere where it's not going to compete with Brickworld Chicago. So it'd be great to get over there, but it's currently, unfortunately, not a priority. It's a pain in the butt to become an international business. For example, when I first started the business, I moved into the hotel. for 2022. When I first bought the business, I should say, when I first took over from the previous owner. For the first Brickworld we were able to do because of the pandemic was 2022. And I moved in the hotel and I went to Verizon to pick up some hotspots. And I waited for 3 hours to get those hotspots because I have friends in the UK. No, I'm sorry, in the UK. I have friends in Europe. And so I had an international calling plan on my personal phone. And when I switched it to the business account, they wouldn't, Department of Homeland Security wouldn't approve it because I had an international phone account, but it wasn't an international business. So they were trying to push this through for 3 hours, and they were finally, can we take the international calling off your phone? And I was like, fine, sure, fine.
There's so much complications then, isn't there?
Bizarre, man.
Yeah.
That's so,
well, it's fair enough, I suppose.
If there's ever a path to it, like an easy path that I can see businessing wise, because that's the part of the business I can't stand, is all the contract negotiation and the sort of the financing part, which isn't great for a business owner to say that they hate that part, but it's just not anything that I have much experience in. So if there's ever an easy path to it, I would absolutely love to. It would be, unfortunately, much more expensive than Brickworld Chicago because all the equipment that I store here and bring to the show, I'd have to rent every single piece of it. And so, I mean, it would the cost for it would skyrocket. So I'd have to either find somebody there to partner with who already has the equipment, or rent all of it from whatever venue we go to, and that can be really expensive, especially when it comes to AV.
Yeah,
if it's in the UK, I'd still pay.
Okay, good to know,
Mark.
Yeah,
Mark, I don't want to feign ignorance, but is Brickworld Chicago out of the other Brickworlds? Is it the big Kahuna? Is it the main one?
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes. Right. So it's the only show that we do that's the 5-day convention. The other ones are just kind of like a Brickfest Live or a Brick Convention or I don't know what you guys have over there for the little models where it's just a 2-day show. Yeah. All the rest of ours we call them expos because that's all they are. They're like the Lego fans come. We actually we have a payout formula for them. I'm so bad at businessing. I still owe people money from this from 2023, let alone 2020. 2024 was a bad year, so we didn't have a lot of payouts, unfortunately. But since there's nothing for the AFOLs to do besides come and display, and we're making money off their displays, we pay out a percentage of the ticket sales to our exhibitors for the expos. And so it's like if we could offer more, we would charge and make it a convention. We just don't want to compete with Brickworld Chicago, and we're only within like an 8-hour driving radius at any of the shows that we've done. So I can pack up a truck and haul it across the states here. Besides that, we're trying to kind of like change those models up a little bit and make like Brickworld Grand Rapids has like I said, we do the World of Light. So we have a VIP night for people who want to stick around and see and experience something like the AFOLs love, like World of Lights. So it's a little bit of a hybrid. And we've talked about trying to add like presentations and workshops for the week for like people who want to do it. But the thing about those expos is a lot of people who run them either contract the people who do them or don't pay their exhibitors or charge their exhibitors to display.
Ooh, right.
Yeah. And so we're trying to be fair, equitable, and put money back into the community so that they can build better displays. A lot of the lugs take payment as a lug instead of like distributing between the people so that they can put it back into project support. But yeah, there's nothing. They're nothing like Brickworld Chicago. Yeah, not even close. Not even like a hair's breadth away. My brain fog is. Sorry if I'm mixing metaphors. My brain fog is pretty thick today. Cool.
It's just we wouldn't have anything that insane here. Like, I mean, I'm from Ireland, and our festival, it's like Brickfila. It's 2 days, and it's not even 2 full days. It's like 5 hours each day. It's in like a bloody dining room, like. But like again, it's what the community here is. Like, it's still growing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I would have to go across to England for the bigger ones.
Yeah, I think that's where we really lucked out. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you carry on.
we really lucked out with the venue. The previous owners were the ones who found the Renaissance. It is the only place in Chicago that's non-union that has that much space. I mean, we're bursting at the seams. Don't get me wrong. There's 100,000 square foot hall, and it took us forever to fit all the display requests in. So much so that we added a room this year. We added another 25,000 square feet. So we increased by 25% this year. But what's nice about it is we have such a good relationship with them at this point. We're able to keep the hall open 24 hours because we have security there. We have the blessing of the event staff to allow a space that people can do whatever they want, whenever they want, within reason. The reason we do it is because I have overnight security, but we're really lucky for that. I've been to other cons where they don't have a hotel attached and they don't have the relationship with the venue that we have. So like there's certain hours, like security will come by and lock those doors and everybody has to be out. We've never, even from the beginning, they never really did that to us. As long as like we would close the doors probably around midnight, and then the coordinators would be in there and they'd let in anybody that they knew and trusted to be in there. Like we were small enough then to be like, hey, we don't know you yet. We don't know over half the people now. There used to be a time when you can go to Brickworld and meet every person that was there. Like this is back in 2007, 2008, but still, like it's grown quite a bit from the beginning.
What would be like the number of like private people versus public? Like, is it thousands versus 10,000s? Or
so last year we had 1,800 private chat members, and what we have 11,000 public came through.
Oh my days! That's mental. That's mental.
We had 13,000 people in 2023. And right now let me see. Let me check this. Where were we last night? Of course, I've got the window right here. Ticket sales, ticket pre-sales analysis. It's my favorite window to check. As of last night, we were 353 over last year and only 160 under 2023. And the rate at which, like the exponential rate at which we're selling tickets for the public is ramping up faster than I've seen in a while, which is great because last year was a bad year. So I think there's going to be a lot of public in there this year.
I was going to ask sort of a serious question because you brought it up. It's about security. It's only because what somebody said the other day, Maulsvengeance, and sort of panicked me a little bit. So about the security.
Are you talking about the when you were talking about concealed carry?
About walking, yeah, we don't get, we're not used to that over here. So
honestly, I didn't think Phoenix was that bad. I was surprised to hear that myself. And Chicago is like, there's a certain political faction here that'll bring up Chicago every time they talk about crime out of control. And I've lived here all my life. I feel very safe here, especially here in my neighborhood. Now I am on the north side, and there are some very dangerous neighborhoods on the south side. But as a whole, the city is pretty. It's tame, it's equitable, it's diverse. A beautiful place. You guys are going to be up in the northern suburbs where it's incredibly safe. Don't worry about any of that at all. We have security because as a private event owner, fear number one is an active shooter. I mean, we live in the United States. This sort of thing is becoming like almost weekly news. And people just like blink at it. And I'm like, it's my number one biggest fear. Number two biggest fear is creepers. And so we have security for many reasons, mostly crowd control. You'll see them. They're off-duty police officers. We usually have a state police officer on site so that we have jurisdiction for anything that might happen. Mostly they're there for like customer service, make sure like people are keeping their cool, sure a lot of crowd control. They do conceal carry. So they are armed. And that's just a safety precaution for me. The venue was kind of like, they're what? And I was just like, yeah, they're security. Like because the Renaissance doesn't provide security for events. And so we have to go to an outside company. And I found a great outside company. But I mean, they're there for our protection. Yeah. But they're also there to just make sure that the policies are being followed. There's a lot of people there, and it's very hard for me to go and assess every situation that might be happening. And I think one of the big problems we've had in the past, just to be completely transparent about it, and this happens if you guys go to conventions of any kind, you'll see this happen where I'll just put it this way: people think they have a weekend pass and they can do and say whatever they want. And in an environment where it's like safely 75% men, and a lot of them, I'm just going to make a generalization about the AFOL community. There's a good number of people who don't necessarily have the social skills to realize when they're being asked to shut their mouths or stop doing something or leave somebody alone. And there's like a wide spectrum of why people do that. I mean, there are people on the spectrum in the Lego community, a lot more than the general population. And so it helps to have security there to assess those situations for me. So I know what's going on, because we have a very strict policy about harassment. And it's hard to tell what happened when you're hearing the stories from other people. And security is very good, very, very good at discerning those situations for me, so that I can make decisions about what needs to be done to keep everybody safe and feel comfortable while they're there. That's very important to me, that people feel that there's a safe environment for them to express themselves in any way that they want to, through the art of the brick and through conversations and through just not existing there, but hanging out there. There we go. Hold on.
Oh, thank you very much. I feel a bit silly asking
cheers.
that, but you know, but
It's different to how it's done here. You know, like it really is. Our security just walk around with like a high vis vest and maybe like a medical pack on their arm.
Yeah.
Starfish.
That's a. Oh, I would say let's try that one, because I do feel like they might tackle you on that one.
Yeah,
but that's hilarious.
I have a question for Mark.
Yes.
So you kind of touched on it, but in your opinion, what makes Brickworld Chicago unique or different than other Lego conventions in the U.S., such as Brick Fair Virginia, Brick Rodeo, Brick Slopes, Bricks Cascade? What makes Brickworld Chicago unique in your opinion?
So it's hard to form an opinion on that myself, because I haven't been to most of the other ones. The only other one I've been to is BrickCon, and that was in like 2009. But one of my staff members just went to kind of assess how other shows do this. And I think that one of the biggest differences, I don't know how Brick Fair Virginia is. I think one of the big differences is having the venue and the hotel attached. There is, and also, like I said, the 24-hour hall, and just kind of having the run of the place quite a bit. Because what's nice about the hotel being attached is it's actually, you walk almost a half mile to get to the convention center. I mean, you're indoors the whole time, but the elevators are as far away as they can be from the event hall to get up to the rooms. What was my point? So there's a party in the lobby every night, and like occasionally we've had security called on the Brickworld people, because there's 1,800 of us, and like things kind of get a little wild in the lobby. Sometimes there was like a free-for-all trade garage sale that people the influencers just kind of went out and set up, and people were making a bit of noise. And it's after 11, that's when they start like tamping down on the noise, because the lobby is open all the way to the roof of the hotel. But I think what makes us the most unique, and this was set up by the previous owners, I can't take credit for this, is mostly what we do is rent the space. There are a few things that we put in the schedule, like the expo, like the public expo hours, and the keynote speech, the award ceremony, the charity auction, the film festival. We do that. Even the film festival, we have coordinators, because it became so big that they we needed to have them on the coordinator team instead of just an activity leader. The rest of the schedule, everything you see in there, workshops, presentations, activities, competitions, social activities, we don't set up any of that. We open a form on the website that says, do you want to lead an activity? And that's where all that comes from, is people filling out that form. We typically have 3 rooms for presentations, workshops, and social activities. We have 4 rooms this year. And somebody put it this way the other day, it makes it feel very organic, because to me, that's the point of it. It's created, just give you the space, and the entire event is created by AFOLs for AFOLs. So I think that's probably the biggest difference. I've also, since I started, since I took over the company, I'm trying to reduce the amount of full gatherings. Because we used to sit there and do opening ceremonies and keynote speech in one, and people are sitting there for 2 hours. And it was a very kind of fast and loose and fun, certainly fun. But like people are sitting there waiting for 2 hours while we close the event hall so that people to force people to come to this, which I don't think is necessary to force people to come to it anymore. And then like entice them by doing the grand prize raffle at the end. And I'm just kind of like, let's make this like a 50-minute presentation. Let's be really quick with this. So that people can kind of do what they want. Like there's a group of content creators that decided to go to medieval times during the keynote speech, and I'm just like, okay, so like we're gonna all the influencers will be gone during keynote speech. That's fine. It's totally fine. People can make out of the entire week what they want to. I think that's the fun thing about people coming Monday to Monday is then you get to see a bit of Chicago too. Because if you come Wednesday to Sunday and you want to see Chicago, you're going to miss a day of the show. And there's a lot of great stuff to see in Chicago, and it's very accessible from the Renaissance. And besides that, I think it's just we're in the right space of the year too, and it's very respectful of the other conventions that run to not try to compete with us there. We get a lot of Europeans because they're off for 6 weeks for the summer. And they have a lot more vacation time than we do. And it's just kind of like even educators, like people have vacation time. They're more willing to take it in the summer and go somewhere. We have an international airport. We're right in the center of the country. So people can come easily from just anywhere. And so we have that going for us. Venue, the way we set our schedule, and the time of year, I think is what makes it different from the other shows.
Nice. Very unbiased opinion.
You guys know each other, right?
Really good.
I've met Brick Adjuster in person at least twice. And I can't. Were we on a stream together at Brickworld last year? Was that you or was I drunk?
Both.
Maybe both. I don't know.
Maybe both.
I was on it.
Because I would just wander in after like 10 p.m. with a whiskey in my hand and go sit at the desk, and whoever was there, I'd just be like, "Hi, can I come in?"
That was a nice addition. That was a nice addition last year, having the live stream booth where it was just like a 24/7 live streams going on the whole convention, and
it's a little crazy.
Nice addition.
Well, I was just about to ask you, Nick, actually, and I know Mark can obviously add to this, but it's something as someone who's been there at least the last couple of years could probably just tell us how it's changed, because you said 2023 was your first time there, right? So
2022. Oh, sorry. You're asking Nick. Sorry.
Yeah. So just from your opinion, and I guess obviously Mark can back this up, just in the last 2 years that you've been, how have you seen it kind of develop in terms of everything from what's available, but in terms of the amount of people coming in, the influencer kind of situation?
Well, for me, each year just seemed bigger and bigger. So 2023, I first heard about it in 2022. A lot of influencers, people on YouTube, people on Instagram were talking about it. So I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I gotta check this out. So I went in 2023. It was crazy. It was just so many people. I brought a mock, and even on the public day, it was just so hard to. It was so, and then we had New Hashima there, which is like the craziest collab mock ever. And so 2023 was awesome. Had to go in 2024. So, and then 2024 was even bigger. And it seemed like 2024, it was more like a lot of the Twitch community started coming in 2024 compared to 2023. And so that added even more, I guess, again, influencers, people from the internet. And then this year, I'm expecting it to even be bigger than last year. Things that were really cool were just unplanned events that weren't even on the schedule, and it was just random. Like someone was, "Hey, do you want to go here? Do you want to go to this thing?" And then we'd be going. Like we did do the medieval times in 2023, but it wasn't during the keynote speech. It was I think it was like on a Friday night. It wasn't maybe last year there was another one, but
It was
then-
Friday, and they didn't want to go Friday this year because we moved the garage sale to Friday because putting it on Saturday was way too much for the staff to manage.
Wrangle.
The X bars, the improv show, the garage sale, and then World of Lights. My staff almost lost their minds, so we switched all that around. Anyway, keep going. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say one of the highlights from last year was the Fold concert, where the ACOB boys were on stage with Duck Bricks, and they were doing their song, throwing boxes of boys into the crowd, and yeah, that was one of the highlights from last year that I remember. And again, like this year coming up, there's gonna be things that we don't even know it's gonna happen, and then like seeing you guys, the UK contingent coming in, it's gonna be another added flavor to Brickworld Chicago. And Mark, that's kind of what I was alluding to, like what makes Brickworld Chicago unique. And I think you can't say it yourself, but we can say it's the granddaddy of all the US Brickworlds. Like not Brickworld, brick conventions. It's the main, it's the Super Bowl. Like you can't say it because it'll be biased, but that's what it is. And so
that's how it's known.
Cool Han, Whittakee, and Slurpy, when you go there, you're gonna be like, "This is Disney World. It's crazy. It's how many people are here." And
I can't.
Well, talking about the UK boys, have you seen who's in the green room?
I have. I didn't want to cut anybody off, and again, guys, I apologize.
Yeah.
It is a bit of a revolving door. But while we're on the subject of coming in hot, live from Schaumburg.
Yo!
Oh my God!
It's the boys.
Their faces are cut off.
Oh, is he out there?
You need to
DJ.
So we've got here all together, guys. We've got Tyler, we've got True Squadron, we've got Padawan, we've got Maulsvengeance, and who's
Pockets
down the background?
Master.
Oh,
Just forgetting all.
Pockets Master.
yeah,
What's up, man?
Everyone.
Are these all the boys staying in Austiff's room? This is you guys all staying in Austiff's room?
It just looks like a weekend in Ibiza. Hey,
Mark, I'm ready to hug you, man. Come here, Mark. I'm ready to hug you. Come here.
I've got COVID, man.
I don't care.
Austiff.
Pookie, where are you?
I'm at home, man.
Can
I don't
come?
move in. I don't move in until tomorrow. No, you cannot come right now. Sorry. Life is
Can I
hell
hang out
here
with
right
you
now.
tomorrow? Can I give you a high five tomorrow?
If you want to come help us load the truck,
What time?
then yes. I don't know yet, but I will text you tonight.
Okay, because check-in here is at 10 a.m., I think.
What?
I think we check in at 10, I think.
For what?
The Rennie.
Oh, so you're just... Aren't you at the Renaissance right now? It looks like you are.
Yeah, we just...
So you're just hanging out in the lobby?
Little reconnaissance, you know.
He's
Scoping the place out. Looking for any fiends.
By the way,
the bearings before I come in.
I will let you know. Check-in is
already.
Check-in is 3 p.m.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Check
We can-
because check out is 11 a.m. Check in is 3 p.m. They need that
I'm getting
4-hour
mixed up.
turnover. Yeah, you got it backwards there.
Nice.
Oh,
Sorry.
Steph, can we
It was
get a
wishful
zoom in?
thinking.
What do you
Can we
say?
get a zoom in of Padawan's t-shirt?
Yeah.
Cool Han.
Look at that.
Nice.
Nice.
I still haven't got mine. Amazing. Hey, I have to say, it is wild seeing Austiff and Padawan in the same frame. Like, there is something. It's like fucking with my head.
It's like dimensions.
It's AI.
This is a really good AI film.
You give each other a really nice long hug.
And where's the
Yeah.
Incredible Hulk?
DQ, hold this real quick for us.
And the
They
rest.
want you to hug a lot. Come here.
Oh,
That's
oh
too
wow.
tame.
Oh, I seen a hand slip
Love
down.
it in the air. Oh,
That's too tame.
well, bit further than that now.
Mental, hey.
It's a great camera work there.
Your
What
fingers
time-
right over the...
Roger Deakins would be proud.
What time did you guys start drinking?
Oh, 4 p.m.
What the hell is this going on?
No, we haven't been drinking yet, but last night was a bit saucy.
Yeah.
Let's find a new spot.
Uh,
We
get
stood right outside the toilet and people were like, excuse me, can I get in?
get cooped. You should try to check in at 3 and see if your room's ready. They might be able to check you in early.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Like staying at the Rennie, it just sounds like it's going to be like a damn cruise the whole week. You know, just
It
you
is.
don't have to leave.
I have said that before. That it reminds me of going. Going to Brickworld is like the first time I went on a gay cruise. And like once they close the doors to the ship and you set sail, you don't have to come out to anybody. You don't have to explain yourself. Nobody has to guess if you're gay or not. It's the same. Nobody has to guess if you're an a-hole. You don't have to explain to anybody.
Yeah,
that you build stuff out of Lego, and like everyone just knows already. You're all cut from the same cloth. The Renaissance is exactly like a gay cruise. At Brickworld is the gay cruise of a-hole conventions. I'll put now. You heard it here.
How's your hair growing in?
It's about the same as yours.
You're balding on top. You are fucking hell.
Yeah. This is gray, not bald. This is gray hair. This is hair.
No, you're telling me I'm.
No, not you, Mark. Not you, Mark. Of course not you. You're beautiful. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you stepped out the door, huh?
Yeah, no, you're good.
Jesus.
I think you share a mattress and you know
Can
someone.
we get a size comparison? Because I think True Squadron has done a very
the usual
good job of hiding
suspects do that kind of.
Oh, you want to see big horse? Okay.
His arms are the size of my legs.
Yeah.
Based on the pictures I've seen.
That photo freaked me out as well. It's like
and the thing is, Austiff keeps comparing him to Superman, and I'm like, no, the Incredible Hulk. The fucking size like what have you been feeding him?
No, Tyler's pretty tall.
Tyler's actually got.
Mine's that thing with
not the
with
girth.
two Ronnies and John Cleese.
It's like somebody opened up a matryoshka.
Do that again, guys. I want to full screen it. Wait a sec. I was trying to get it.
I'll go back.
Big one
Go
with
back.
the-
this is what girls see: 6 foot versus 5'11".
The Kennedy has enough width for the both of them.
So how tall is Tyler?
6'3".
I'm 6'3". Jesus, you look about 8 foot tall, mate.
It's
so small.
It's all perspective. Yeah.
You're a whole foot taller than me.
I know.
Whole foot. Jesus.
Oh, we're vertical. Look at
See,
this.
my son's 6'5". I don't know where you get that from.
6'5". Wow.
The milkman.
It's tough.
The milk.
I think you're the arms. I got stubby arms.
There we go.
Yeah.
We haven't gone to the lobby yet.
Starfish is coming out with some good ones tonight.
What's going on, boy?
Father and son attending Brickworld. Oh my days.
Yeah,
We're
that's
going to be
what I
adopting
thought.
Austiff all week.
When I saw True Squadron with Austiff, it was like father and son.
Yeah.
He's Clark Kent.
Yeah. He's my little Padawan. Oh, here we go. Nice. Right there.
I felt that.
We're gonna go to the lobby.
Remember that one?
Yeah, lobby, yeah.
Is it your phone?
You went to.
I think I zimmed on me. I can't forget lost my voice.
All right. We're
So,
going to the lobby.
guys, look, we don't want to keep you too long. We know you want to enjoy yourselves. If you want to pop back in later when you're doing something else, more than free to come back in. But
Depending
just
on
want
what
to
it is.
quickly tell us about the hype levels now that you're there.
Super still peak.
10 out of 10.
Still peak. The hype is still unmatched.
Million out of 10.
Yeah,
We're
we'll
just-
leave some carnage. Leave some carnage for us.
Was that? What would you say?
Leave some carnage for us.
Oh, of course. Where are we going? I know I'm going.
Up the escalator.
We're
Very
going into the
exciting.
lobby.
You're on the same pedestal. Come on.
It's lobby time.
Ooh, look at all those eyes watching us.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. That's a shot. Right, guys, we'll leave you to it. It's getting really laggy.
All right,
Thanks so
Going
much,
to the
guys, for
hotel.
tuning in. Great
See
seeing
you
you.
on Tuesday. Yeah, see you
Have a
next
good one,
Tuesday.
lads.
See you Tuesday.
Have a good one, boys.
All the best.
Ta-da. Bye.
Ta-ra.
Don't do anything I wouldn't.
Their internet's better than mine. That's not fair. That's not fair.
Yeah, that's bonkers. That was a really good connection for a phone in a lobby of a hotel convention center. Seriously.
Right, boys, before you go any further, I'm going to have to shoot off. I've got daddy duties. But one thing I want to say is have a wicked time. I've got massive FOMO. I'm very jealous of you all. You Americans, Canadians, wherever, look after the UK boys, enjoy the delicacies that they bring over, and yeah, just have a wicked time, stay safe, and yeah, just a lot of love and leave you.
We'll miss you, mate. We're all shedding a tear that you couldn't make it.
I'll be there in spirit.
Oh, proper sad. Yeah.
I'll be there in spirit.
Go on then, mate. Say your famous part in line.
Ta-ra.
All the best, Nimble. Thanks for hopping on, man.
Nice to meet you,
Cheers,
boys.
mate. Take care.
Take care.
Oh, mental. I'm getting.
So you guys out the top, Cool Han, Whittakee, and Slurpy. Are you guys planning to do anything on the Tuesday in Chicago? Any touring around the city?
Or just kind of
get out of the airport,
sleeping off the jet lag, perhaps?
Nah,
no, I'll be sleeping on the plane.
Yeah, I don't either.
No,
I've got a date
too much
Tuesday
adrenaline.
night.
Nice.
I've got a date Tuesday night with Brick Together, aka Keith.
Oh, nice.
So he's booked me.
Keith's awesome
for a Tuesday night.
Oh,
show.
Good. Oh, cool.
Show.
So it's just me and you, Slurpy. Then we have to go out on a date.
Yeah, a couple of wandering penguins. Like we're going to be lost.
I'll watch that. I'll watch that stream from my room where I'm quarantined and putting goodie bags together.
Well,
give me something to look forward to.
I will quickly plug Keith because he's going to try and pop on later, but I'm not sure if he will get a chance. So Keith is on. You can find him Brick Together, Click Together on YouTube, but he's primarily kind of in the Instagram world, and he does his shows to there. He does a couple of shows a week. In fairness, I don't know how the guy gets the time. But also his son, the Brick Bear, is now got a YouTube Lego account. So I'll just encourage you guys to go along there and check that out as well. It is managed by Keith, so it's not, it's kind of obviously family friendly, keep it family friendly. But
good point.
His son is trying to kind of start up a little YouTube channel of his own. So so go and check that out, and obviously show him a little bit of appreciation, a bit of love over there. But yeah, so Tuesday night we'll be going live on Instagram. I know most of the people who are going to be at Brickworld will have far better things to do than tune into Instagram. But for everybody at home, check it out if you can. And he's one of those guys who plans things to the point where, what day can I call you to go through some things before the stream? And I'm like, oh wow, what? What do you mean? Don't I just rock up and talk shit? But yeah, so because even when I was on the Full of Brick, it was like, right, we had a bit of a kind of a thingy beforehand, but it was kind of relatively kind of relaxed, what I would expect. But he's like, yeah, we need to discuss it. And then I was speaking to Hive the other day, and he was like, oh, we have a regular meeting with his.
Yeah, they do.
Am I doing something wrong here? You just turn up and see what happens. So there you go.
Are you guys gonna try the authentic Chicago deep dish pizza?
We need to.
Not allowed.
Lou Malnati's.
Unless they can turn it into a smoothie for Whittakee, then he's not allowed to.
Yeah,
do that. But I'll definitely be doing that. 100%.
The crust is like a pie crust. It's like a flaky pie crust.
It's one solid thing all the way through, right? Sides, bottom, top.
Looks like a pie, is it? Yeah. Doesn't it look like a.
So they roll the ingredients out, and if you get sausage, they roll it out like a pancake. Make sure that now they changed that, so you have to actually ask for it because people are like, "There's too much sausage." No, you want it that way. And then they put the cheese on, and then they put the sauce on top, and that's what I thought pizza was until I was in college. I was just like, "What is this other crap?"
Mm-hmm.
It was probably before that, doing some traveling around the world. But yeah, that it's the best pizza in the world, hands down. True fact. Objectively,
right. I will.
You know, besides from the obviously, besides from that, what I was really looking forward to was the Chicago food, and now I can't bloody eat it.
Oh, you can still have. You could have a Portillo's chocolate cake shake.
Oh yeah,
that might.
You get to experience that.
Like I said, at the moment, all I can seem to, which don't affect my throat, is like cheesecake. So perhaps I'll just eat all that.
There's some good cheesecake there too. Yeah, cheesecake and chocolate. Yeah, that's great for your health.
But pizzas because of the tomatoes, fried chicken, burgers, all the things I love. I cannot eat.
Oh my gosh,
Slurpy will eat enough for you.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry, Whittakee. Yum yum yum.
That's right. Loads of cheesecake if they got it. That's fine.
So we've got our resident kind of Chicago or Schaumburg even based kind of host showing us the ropes while we're there. None other than Amy. So
Oh,
most of you
nice.
guys know Amy in the chat.
Cool.
So she'll be hopefully
Can't
showing us
chocolate either.
what we should eat and showing us some of the local delights. Look forward to that. But on the subject of friends of the community, we got another guy sliding in through the revolving doors. Welcome.
Yes.
A friend of the
Hey,
show,
Garrett, what's up, man?
aka Brick by Brick Together. Do you know everybody, Garrett? Everybody
Nice,
know
nice
Garrett?
to meet you. I don't,
Hello.
but nice to meet you.
What's up,
I
Garrett?
know your name, Brick by Brick Together.
Good to see you guys.
And
Good to see you.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
got rid
I
of the
was going to
beard.
say something, but I won't.
Garrett, I've never seen you without a hat.
I know. I have it right here, but I decided to take it off.
Looking good, man. Oof.
Guys,
Thanks.
if you haven't watched back episodes of the show, there is an episode of the show going back a few episodes
Oh,
where
here we
Garrett
go.
actually got his cock out on the stream.
I was holding it. See, I wasn't going to say it. I was going to say it's unusual
I've got to, because all of a sudden,
without your cock out.
last time I seen the viewership just go.
I thought it went up. My son thought it went down.
I'm never gonna live this down.
No, mate, it was a fantastic. That was such a clip of what. The only thing I need to do is hire. As soon as I hire a secretary or administrator, then that's going to be the first clip that I make into a short for the stream. But,
I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. When you got that out, you know everyone was going to comment on it. It was going to innuendo through the window.
Speaking of which, I got an extra special care package for you, mate.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I got a couple of regular ones. These are they're not finished yet because obviously I've still got a few bits to add, which we'll talk about in the stream later, I guess, when it's at a lull moment maybe. But everyone gets the Cool Han sticker. Everyone gets the Cool Han stick. But Garrett, mate, you also get the cock as well, mate.
Let's go.
Now, I did try to order a few of these, but they're relatively expensive. In fact, Ken's camel is probably cheaper than the cock was. But we'll get onto that later. But yeah, so you have to let me know, mate. I'll make sure you get it.
Unfortunately, I've got to get going. We have they're asking for a logistics planning meeting for tomorrow, and they're very concerned about my health and the health of my staff who's going to be working with me to load those trucks. So they want to talk. I've got other things to do after that as well. So thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. I want to show you, since I was going to be on a show that's broadcasting from Wales, I thought it appropriate to wear my Chicago Hounds rugby jersey.
Nice.
Yeah. So I was just like which jersey do I wear today? I was going to go with the White Sox, but I went with the Chicago Hounds instead. So thank you for having me on. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to hype. I am really looking forward to meeting you guys in person. Thank you for the offer of help. I will definitely be taking you up on that.
Yeah, 100%. Look, good luck with everything. Hope you feel better.
Yeah, I see how bloodshot my eyes are with this close up here.
Well, thank you so much for coming in, Mark, and thank you.
Yeah, Mark, I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for having me.
For Brickworld.
Yes, thank you. You're very
Good to see
welcome.
you,
All right, great seeing you guys too. It's nice to meet you in person, Garrett.
Yeah,
I've been watching your stream and I was just like, oh, I know Garrett. I'm like, actually, we've never talked to each other.
yeah. It was great to meet you. I'll see you at Brickworld.
All about.
All right, see you guys in just a couple days. Thanks again.
All the best.
Take care, mate. All the best.
Bye.
Mate.
There we go, guys. Dubs in the chat for Mark, absolute legend, the chief brick officer. And look, I didn't actually know he was coming on the show, or I probably would have clickbaited it. But he just kind of reached out to me last minute.
The Brickworld starts here. We should have said that.
Christ.
How long has he been sick? When's he done being in quarantine?
It's like 5 days, I think he said, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then 5 days with the mask.
Yeah, so it'll probably be the majority of Brickworld. So sadly. But
That's too
yeah, I
bad.
don't like. It's obviously not stopping him, which I guess that in itself deserves a dub. So
Yeah.
yeah. Wow, what a call-in. So, Nick, while you're still here, look, I don't know how long you're able to stay. You'll stay as long as you like, obviously, but I don't know what you like for time. But today, I think was your son running in like a marathon or something? Was that today?
No, my wife just did like a 10K, and then there was one of her friends decided not to do it, so she bought that person's bib and just gave it to Tristan, my eldest. So he ran. He did the 10K too. I think it was called the Moon in June. It was last night. It's like a 7 p.m. run. So
okay, yeah, great stuff. And look, I'll say it now. I know I've spoken to Maria offline, so you might not even be aware of this, but I managed to get a whole host. I've managed to get
What the?
I haven't got them with me now to show off in the stream because they've probably been packed in the case or thrown at the case in the general direction of the case because I have not packed. But
Me
I had to tell my daughter, look, sorry, but your room is being quarantined for me to just yeet in everything that I'm going to pack. But anyway, there's a care package coming for her because I know she's a huge book.
Oh, she was mentioning that.
I know you both are, but she was quite. So yeah, so there's. I mean, obviously you guys can share them, but there's because we do like exclusives completely off the concept of Lego and Brickworld and everything else. But she's a big book enthusiast, and the store I work in does exclusives, which these things won't be available anywhere else unless, of course, you come to the UK and go to one of the stores. But there's some stickers in there. There's some pin badges. There's some.
Yeah, she was so excited. She's like, "Oh, I'm shy." I'm like, "No, just say yes."
Yeah, look, the stuff was literally going in the bin. Otherwise, I mean, I've got one other person I've met in the UK, and I send a bunch of stuff to her every now and then. But she's like, I'm in a book club with 5 people, and I usually got 10 or 20 of these things left. So I'm like, yeah, because they only like us to give them out with the first wave of books, and of course we get 10 books and like 30 of these items. So you're just like, well.
She loves that stuff. So
yeah, but look, if it's going to go to a good home where it's going to be appreciated. So there you go, mate. So you just have to remind me because my head's going to be like all over the gaff. So let me know, and obviously make sure it'll all be ready in a nice little baggie, ready to go. So
thank you.
So, yeah. But the other thing I wanted to say while you're still here as well is, so you guys do, and I've deduced this from speaking to you on when I was on your guys' stream, but also from streams I've watched back, particularly I think when I was talking to maybe Pink Wheels, Ken, I can't remember who else, but I obviously watched a few here and there. And you guys like have got a lot of experience with brick conventions or Lego conventions. So I know you were asking Mark how they kind of compare, but from your point of view, what tell us a little bit about some of the ones you've been to in comparison.
So back in 2015, 2016, and 2017, a lot of the YouTubers at that time were going to a Lego convention called Philly Brickfest.
Right.
And it was run by someone who had a channel called Your Creative Friends, Philly. And so everyone kind of knew this. He was a big YouTuber at around that time. And so a lot of the YouTubers were gathering in Philadelphia, basically. And so Philly Brickfest is like Brickworld Chicago now, where everyone is kind of just gathering at a Lego convention. So I think that's what makes Brickworld Chicago unique compared to a lot of the other ones. I like not saying that Brick Slopes or Brick Cascade or Brick Fair Virginia YouTubers aren't, or Instagrammers or TikTok, they're not gathering there, but it seems like everyone is gathering at Brickworld Chicago.
Yeah.
Not just like everyone is gathering in Brickworld Chicago, and then some people from Brickworld Chicago might be gathering at these other conventions as well. But Brickworld Chicago is like what I was saying, like the Super Bowl. So
yeah,
like the WrestleMania, where the other ones are just like regular pay-per-views.
Because growing up, like I would always have heard, Brick Fair was the one I've been hearing when I got in the online Lego community in like 2010, and that was the one that I remember seeing every year. Like people posting about it, and it wasn't until maybe I definitely had seen and heard of Brickworld, but it wasn't until I think ACOB started hyping it up, maybe seeing like some of the Bricks in Motion, like some other like logs and communities talk about it, and I'm like, oh, wonder what this is. What's the hype about? And then I seen vlogs and the shenanigans, and then of course the builds too. Like it's like, goodness me, it just looks like a museum. That's why I'm like, I feel like it's just going to be very overwhelming. Like I feel, and I'm so happy for the private days too. Like, because I was telling Colin, I wasn't sure if whether or not I was going to get in on the Friday and do 3 days or leave earlier and all that crap. Do I want to, like, and then I kind of settled on doing, well, really just the 4 days, Wednesday to Saturday. I leave very early on a Sunday, but
no, it's a good decision that you. Sorry, go ahead.
The thing is with Slurpy, it was first of all it was going to be no, I'm not going. Then it was like, oh, 30% going, 50% going, 70% going. It just got more and more. So sorry,
there would have been serious. There would have been serious FOMO if I didn't go. If my two co-hosts went and I didn't go, I would feel so bad.
I was gonna say, like, the private days, it's definitely the days that you want to go to, and they're the times that no one really sees what happens during the private days, like online, or it's just private. Like you have all these conversations with fellow AFOLs about just anything, and it's just hanging out compared to just going to the public days where it's more about the mocks and you're just looking at the mocks. The private days are more about the people, and then you just get to hang out really more so than just online. Sorry,
the mocks on display during the private days?
They are.
Oh, they are.
Maybe not all of them, because people on the Wednesday, people who get there on the Wednesday start setting up their mocks. However, some people don't arrive until maybe the Friday, so not every single mock might be on the floor. But the good thing about the private days is you have your own personal view of these mocks. Like you're walking around and you can just look at the mocks anytime. During the public days, you're fighting all the regular public trying to see these mocks, and you don't get the one-on-one basically.
I mean, according to Brent and Tyler, the best time is about 2 a.m. Saturday morning to go down and have
everything's already set up by
everything's set
Friday
up
night. Basically Friday night, everything's already set up because Saturday is supposed to happen. So for me, I usually like taking footage of all the mocks up. I usually do that. Start it Friday night, and then I'll go Saturday night after the public leaves before the World of Lights. And I'll take some footage of it.
What would you say for us first timers going? We should do like number one related to Brickworld, and then number one related to Chicago within reason, you know, like kind of travel and stuff like that, sightseeing or anything like that, food.
So last year we did the sightseeing before heading to the convention. So and then we saw like the egg or the
bean.
The bean.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see that in Kevin McAllister's house.
Sorry, am I stupid? What's that?
It's like a tourist attraction. It's like this mirror. It's like a mirror beam.
Yeah, it's like chrome, isn't it?
I think I might know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And surprisingly, downtown Chicago is very clean. Maybe because it's a tourist attraction, that area. I was surprised because when I think about Chicago, I think about like television, and I think about like New York City or something. Like it's like dangerous, but it's not. It's like it's kind of like Toronto, which I don't know if you've been to Toronto, but it's very like clean and and then Mark was talking about deep dish pizza. Not there's different restaurants that serve the deep dish pizza, and they're all different, but they're all good. So Maria and I, we tried like 4 or 5 different ones. Yeah, we can eat a lot. And they were like, we went to Pequod's, which was a good one. And then Mark talked about Lou Malnati's. Giordano's is a good one too, which last year a big group of people ended up going to Giordano's, and it was like it was kind of like a set menu. They would just bring pizzas to us. And then there was one more too. But yeah, a lot of the different Chicago style pizzas have their own kind of flavor to it, the different restaurants. So, and
yeah.
Can we please change the subject?
I feel like all pizza's like that. Everywhere you go, it's different. That's
Honestly,
the
I'll
good part.
finish this.
4 weeks ago, that was what I was so looking forward to, and now, like I say, it's not that I don't want to. I can't. I've tried, and it's no. I won't tell you what happens, but it's not nice. Pain is the most worst pain you've ever had. Unless they do pizzas that are not tomato based. It says I can have like a cheese based one or something, but I don't know.
Maybe
you can ask.
We could go get a blender and chop them up. Then at least you can taste it.
No,
what city are you in, Garrett?
What was that?
What city are you in, Garrett?
I'm in Corvallis, Oregon.
Oregon, okay. So Brick Cascade.
I went to Brick Cascade for the first time this year. It was a lot of fun. I had never heard of it before until one of the local used Lego stores told me about it.
Did you go to the private days too, or just the public days?
I didn't. I just went to the public days.
Will this be your first convention with private days?
Yes.
How about you guys on top?
Yeah, I've only ever been to one Lego convention, and it was all public.
All public, okay.
Yeah. Same. I've been to one as a public sort of, like a noob, I guess, in the UK, which I didn't know existed prior to that. Similar to Garrett, it's just like right on my doorstep practically, didn't know anything about it. And I enjoyed it so much, but I think the fact that I went with my daughter and she was like, it's great, but I'm happy that I've done it once. So the following year I wanted to go again. So I signed up to be a volunteer. And since then, I've got the bug for the volunteering because it gives you the opportunity to go and work around people who, similar taste or whatever, but also just kind of, meet some new people and just kind of socialize on that level. So I've really enjoyed the volunteering, but yeah, so, effectively, this is the first real brick convention I'm going to. I wouldn't really class that as a convention as such. So.
I mean, the little ones that we have, they don't do private days. It's just the day
Yeah.
show. And to be honest with you, with not so much the Bricktastic one, which is the big one in February,
Manchester.
But the little ones called Brickfest. Seriously, about 3 hours is really enough anyway.
Yeah, you can't. It's still trying to find it sitting here.
Where Brickworld's going to be totally. I mean. Have you had the thing through the email yet? The map of the room? It's bloody huge. Jesus. But then also I've been watching some of Brent's vlogs from last year. He tends to do them about a week before, doesn't he?
Yes.
And there's a bit of film there where they're showing where all the tables are empty, but it's huge. It looks absolutely huge.
Yeah.
I'm going to get lost.
Nick, how long would it take for you to walk around the perimeter of the hall? Just give me an idea.
So it took me 2.5 days to film everything. On one sitting, just on a public day, if you were just to go on a Saturday, you're not going to be able to see every single thing.
That's insane to me.
It's big. It's really big. I'm not sure what the square footage is.
It's not just one room as well, is it? Now there's a few.
It's one room that's huge, and I don't know if it's multiple rooms that they open the doors.
Yeah, to play the separators or whatever.
Yeah, the separators.
Right.
So it's pretty. I'm not sure how big it is. I know that the year that I displayed, it was very crammed just because they had New Hashima. Do you guys know have you seen the New Hashima mock, the one I was talking about earlier?
I've heard of it.
I've seen clips of it.
It's like a cyberpunk looking.
Yes.
And so that was a huge footprint in the hall that everyone else was kind of crammed in. So last year was a little bit better because there was more room for the displayers or the exhibitors behind their tables because it wasn't as they're 100,000 square feet. Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, and Amy's saying there's one room and then another quarter-size room. Jesus.
Plus,
I want to. Yeah,
this isn't even like counting all the mini rooms where they have like
film
the
theater and activities and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was
drafts
asking. That's
and
what I meant.
seminars.
Yeah.
So they participating in parts drafts was fun. So what I usually do is you'll get the list of what the parts drafts are, and I'll go to Target once I get to Chicago and just pick up a couple of sets that are part of the parts draft. And then you just get to meet more people that you wouldn't have met normally during the parts draft and just chat while you're sorting the bricks. And then it's just fun getting all these pieces that you can just add to your mock collection or whatever.
Oh, all right.
I think I heard P&G once said like in the private days see everything. He said because the public days, he said it's so busy. He said I just got out of there. He said
Yeah, I didn't even stay for the public days afterwards because you're basically like this. You're like sausages just trying to get through, and so I just left.
I'll do what you said and go around maybe after the World of Lights on a Saturday. I'm not sleeping that night anyway. There's no chance. Last night, so I feel like there's definitely. Do they keep? I'm guessing they don't keep the full lights on. Maybe it's like dimmed down a little bit at night.
Or no. So World of Lights is only an hour or maybe I don't know, an hour or 2 hour segment of that night where they shut off all the lights, and everyone who has lights on their mocks, it kind of
looking forward to that.
And then after that they turn the lights back on, and then you can like roam around again. That's usually where like the ACOB guys are like doing their podcast in the little corner there. I'm not sure if that's the same setup this year, but last year they had their influencer alley, and then that's where the table was set up, and so they'd have the live streams going on. So yeah, World of Lights is only a short period of time, and then they turn the lights back on, and then you can just see whatever.
So Slurpy, you're not sleeping Saturday night?
No, I no way.
Right,
so you guys,
so you can read me and Martin a bedtime story then.
No, you aren't sleeping with me.
So you heard of Brick Lover Brad?
Yes, yeah. I've seen him. Yeah, I've seen him commenting in the ACOB Discord. What's up, Jandern?
So I didn't know about this, but because I usually don't stay up as long as those guys, but he was given this brick and it had the numbers 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on it. And depending on how late you stayed up that night, I guess they give you these badges, these brick badges, like at midnight or something. You put the stud on the number, on top of the number of however late. So people were putting like, okay, I stayed up till 4 a.m. I stayed up till 6 a.m. or whatever. And so, yeah, that could be something for Slurpy. I don't know if they'll be giving out that brick again, but
what about the 20? I do 24-hour challenges quite often, more than once a year. So
I have a brick that says "Gone to bed at 9 o'clock."
I know that's me.
I just want to quickly shout out this comment from Andre, aka Bricks by Dre. So just firstly, thanks for tuning into the show. I think it's your first time here as far as I know, but thanks for tuning in and coming by. I have sent you the link, Dre, and obviously if you want to pop on, say hello, then you're more than welcome. But yeah, overwhelmed at Brickworld Chicago, your first time meeting all these AFOLs. I think, look, what he's saying here is exactly what I've been thinking of. I liken it to, well, it's not a very good analogy, but I used to go to a regular Christmas event with the area of the company I used to work with. And I was one of the few people who'd worked in almost every store in this area and knew like every team. And I used to get like, I don't get it generally, but I remember just getting like butterflies before and like hits in my stomach and like tight chest and stuff. What I would say was probably the closest thing to like an anxiety attack before I went and during these events, because I was one of the few people who kind of generally all the teams kind of kept themselves to themselves. But because I'd worked with and in all of these teams, I kind of knew almost everybody, and you just can't get 2 seconds to yourself. And especially that first hour is quite overwhelming. And obviously to bring it back to the point, that's the only bit that I kind of, like, I'm generally pretty good face to face. I do it as a job. when you're comfortable in your environment, I think it's controllable. But I'll be honest and say that I'm kind of a little bit nervous about the idea of meeting these people. Not because I don't think I can chat with them, conversate with them any different in person to I can on screen or whatever. But I just think it's quite a lot. And you're already in an, like, if they were all coming to like my house, for example, it'd be a bit different story. If we were going to an event that I'd been to regularly, if they were in my country going to this event, do you know what I mean? There's a few different ways that I could have made it more controllable for me.
Mate, I'm
And
very nervous.
I'm in a different country with different people in an unknown environment, me and thousands, hundreds of people who I've never met before. And it's like, I think that's going to be quite overwhelming. And I have kind of prepared myself a little bit for that, but there's only so much you can do. So yeah.
With me, I mean, I'm very nervous, but I'm also sort of anxious and always worried about what people might think of me. I know I shouldn't, but yeah, I'm always worried about that.
I sometimes
my sense of humor is a bit shy.
I liken these conventions to maybe like something like a summer camp. Your first time going to a summer camp, you don't really know anyone, and you're kind of nervous. What are people going to think? But then by the end of summer camp, everyone's
everyone's crying. We'll see each other next year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I love you.
It's good. It's gonna be one of those kind of things.
That's the thing. I know it's gonna be. I'm nervous just with. I think Andre's comment is really like I'm gonna be so overwhelmed. Like I looked at the itinerary. There's actually too much to do. I'm not doing any of this because there's so much stuff happening at the same time. There's also outside of the Lego meeting, first and foremost, my co-hosts and all the other friends I've made, and it's like I want to keep. I know when it finishes, I'm going to want to come back next year and the year after and all that. But I'm like, just logistically, it might be difficult, and it just worked out perfectly this year.
One thing, bit of advice from my first year compared to the second year. First year, I got there on the Wednesday. By the Saturday, my voice was gone. I had no voice left.
I've heard that from a few people. Yeah.
So like that Wednesday, Thursday, you're so excited. You're talking, and plus everyone's talking in the convention. Everyone's talking at the same time.
Yeah.
So you have to raise your voice. By the Friday night, we went to Medieval Times, and we were like shouting and screaming at the knights. Saturday morning during the convention, my voice was gone. And so last year I kept that in mind, and I
pace yourself.
I paced myself. During
keep the sentences, bring the sentences from 9 words down to 1 word.
Yeah, I got no chance then.
Oh, cool Han. As soon as you get off the plane, it's gonna be, oh, nice to meet you.
He's gonna be
like he smokes a pack a day.
Yeah. I'm snookered because I have a wedding tomorrow, and I know this is at the dance floor. My voice is gonna be ruined.
Fucking hell.
Oh
Jesus.
Me and Cool Han will have to walk around with megaphones.
Shy.
I wasn't the only one. A lot of people had lost their voice by like the Friday. I remember Sean too. Sean's voice was gone on like the Saturday, like from ACOB. But
hi, Shy.
I'm so excited. What's up, Shy?
Hey, Shy.
Oh.
I was watching ACOB and I saw Shy was on, and he was like, "Oh, I think my hype level is like a 6, 7." And then by the end, it was like it went up after.
Yeah, it was like an 8 or a 9, right?
What's Tyler? What's the Tyler ranking? Like 9.6 or whatever. He goes into he gives it like a pi ranking.
Yeah, he likes the decimal points.
He does.
Yeah. Christ.
Yeah, no, I would like to do the Brick Cascade private days next year. I'll check that out.
What day are you going? Getting there, Garrett? Wednesday?
On Wednesday to Brickworld Chicago. It was really tough. It was really tough to get time off of work, but we're making it happen.
See, that's the thing. I say to Cool Han, like, it's insane to me. Like, I've heard a few guys in the community being like, it's really difficult to get a few days off work 6 months in advance. And I'm thinking, do you just not have like holidays that, you can use? Like I told my boss like a couple of weeks ago, and he's like, "That's okay. You use them or lose them."
Yeah. Yeah, because we had that conversation, didn't we? I don't know if you were in on that conversation, Garrett, where it was like, you guys, I mean, it's probably different state to state and obviously different job to job. But it's like, most of the UK guys had round about, I don't know. I know I get 8 weeks of holiday a year. And some of the US guys who were on the stream at the time were like, 8 weeks? Like, we get like 3 or 4. And it's just, I didn't realize there was that much of a difference.
I think teachers get 8 weeks here. But
oh, wow.
Yeah.
They get 2 months.
Most people have to work for a company for a year in America, and then they get all the benefits, and then they typically get 2 weeks of paid leave. But what confuses me is everyone's like, oh, I only have so much paid leave, but it still doesn't mean you can't take off time and not get paid to take time off. Yeah. It's just people say it that way. It's like, oh, I only get 2 weeks off a year. But that's just paid time off. So if you've used all that up and then you still want to take a week-long vacation, you can still do that, but you're just not getting paid. So it's really not that big of a deal. Most companies, you just need to give a heads up before you take time off.
Like if I use up, which I'm using up like a lot of hours, like my place closes for a week in August and 2 weeks of Christmas. I'm like, I'm off anyway, but I might not get paid. Or I can just I'll try to ask for more hours. If they're all like, fuck off. You used them all for Brickworld Chicago. I had to explain to my boss why I was going to a place called Brickworld.
Tell him you're going to Legoland.
It's like Disney World. Looked at me, huh? Yeah, when I went for my beer trim, I was chatting to the guy, and he said, "Oh," I said, "Yeah, going away on holiday, and he's like, "Oh, where are you going?" And I said, "Oh, I'm going to Chicago." He said, "Oh, I'm going to Chicago. That's great." He said, "Are you going with the family?" I said, "No, I'm going on my own. We're flying with meeting up with a few friends." And he's like, "Oh, that's a bit of a bizarre place to go to meet friends." I said, "Oh, I'm going to a convention." "Oh, what kind of convention?" He's chatting away. "Oh, a Lego convention." And it was like, "What?" Just hear a pin drop in the room, and then it was like, "Carry on shaving, £11. Cheerio." I was just like, oh, okay.
I haven't told my boss where I'm going. He'll make too much fun of me. I won't tell him.
I didn't care, but it was like being back in school again when I told people I like Star Wars, and it was just like, "What, you mean that?" I'm like, "What? No, Star Wars, like the movies. Like, that's for kids, I was like, "Oh, Christ." So yeah, each their own, mate. But they're all laughing on the other side of their faces now because everybody loves Star Wars, right?
Yeah. It's cool now.
Well, at least
to stop liking it.
At least my true friends do, anyway. Everybody here. So. But no, it's great.
Have you guys met each other in person? The UK?
No, the only people who've met through pretty much everybody who's been on this stream is I've met Whittakee once, and Whittakee has met Padawan. Apart from that, apart from the guys who've been to Brickworld before, of course, but out of the UK guys, no, we've.
So you haven't met Slurpy before?
No,
I've never met Slurpy.
I live in Ireland, so I would go over, but it's just a bit. Again, our festivals aren't week long. It's like a lunch break. It's a pretty short.
So is your first meeting? Is it going to be a handshake or a hug?
It's just going to be a firm nod.
A firm nod.
I respect you.
It'll probably be a great big hug.
It'll probably just be
a salute.
But no, it's like I said, and that adds to the I wouldn't say the stress or the pressure, because once we've got over that hurdle, which won't be a big hurdle because we know each other well enough now for that to be kind of over in a second. But then, of course, you've got those guys, or these guys have kind of got your back. And it's kind of like, almost like as you're walking down the corridor, more people are kind of joining you, and you create almost like a flying V towards Brickworld. Yeah. That's kind of not necessarily that I'm at the front of that, but you know what I mean? It just in general, that kind of mindset that it's like, right, unite with the people who, kind of had my back from day one kind of thing, and me theirs as well. And then just kind of slowly kind of build up this kind of as we go, so that it's not, because we're kind of
human centipede of AFOLs, it's just kind of
You're
plan
just
is
like Moses leading us to the promised land.
This is Brickworld supposed to be like someone said it to me in a Lego vlog. I went to the Lego store in London. They're like, there's your Mecca, and I'm like, oh.
no, but the plan is to kind of meet each other. Me and Whittakee will be meeting each other at the airport in the UK. Hopefully, then meeting Slurpy if all goes well at the US end at the airport, and then we're going to be picked up by Austiff and possibly a few more. I don't know how many seats he's got in his car, but he was talking about bringing a few guys. And I was like, well, there's already going to be 3 of us you're picking up plus yourself. That's 4. How many only got space for 1? So I don't know what the hell he's bringing, but it looks like possibly a collection of those guys we saw earlier could be rocking up to pick us up as well. So, yeah. So by the time we get to the doors of the Renaissance or the Rennie, I think we'll be well and truly kind of inducted. So, but yeah, Brickflay, you do hear a Welsh accent.
Yeah.
See, because we're still. It's just due to the way we land. Like we land at the same time, but these guys might have to wait a little longer to get out of the airport and all that. And I'm like thinking, right, do I just wait or what? But
also, Martin, is that right? London Bricks is on our plane as well.
Oh yeah, so Greg from London Bridge. I speak to Greg quite regularly. Now, I was supposed to have been on his stream on Friday night, but it turns out I was replaced for Shy, which, there's obviously worse people I could have been replaced by. But no, I couldn't get on for the beginning of the show, and he's quite, and respect to him and the way he runs his show. Again, like clockwork, the complete opposite to us. But he wanted us on. He kind of wanted me on for the beginning of the show, which obviously I couldn't make. So we've postponed it for another time. But look, I'm a big fan of his show. We did communicate a while back, and he kind of tipped me off to some flight prices and some deals going on. And I didn't jump at that particular point for whatever reason. Anyway, he booked his flight, told me his flight name, time, and all the rest of it. And I completely forgot about it. So, of course, we ended up me and Whittakee ended up booking our flights 3 or 4 months later, and I didn't even think to check back, and it turns out we're on the same flight as Greg, because he reached out again recently and said, "Oh, what flight are you on?" We're also on the same flight as this is Dan from Two Gay Falls as well. I don't know if you guys know those guys. So one half of them is going to be there. I believe it's Dan. Yeah, I believe it's Dan. He's not staying in the Renaissance though, apparently. But anyway, so he reached out to me recently, and he was like, "Oh, any chance, do you want to jump in an Uber together?" And I was just like, "Oh,
I have my own.
Right?
I have my own."
So we're into. I don't know what's going on at the moment, but apparently, Ken, if you're out there, I know you had a conversation with Slurpy about picking us up, and I know you'll have Tanya with you as well. So I don't know what the situation is. I know you mentioned possibly picking up Slurpy, and then maybe Greg can jump in with us and Austiff. I don't know. The thing is, because I'm not the person driving, I don't want to be, associating people, putting bums on seats, because it's not my job to do. But I just kind of felt a little bit bad, because he did tell me when he was flying, and we ended up booking the same flight and then just kind of arranging. He's like, "No, it's fine. I'll get an Uber myself." So, but yeah, so we're sat about 4 or 5 rows behind Greg, so we can just throw peanuts at him.
Oh, right. So he's quite close. Right. Cool.
So, look, I don't know what his plan is, because he lives in London, and I'm pretty sure Dan does as well. So they're going to be probably rocking up maybe an hour before their flight. They don't need to get there as early as probably we do. But hopefully, I haven't made any plans yet, but hopefully we can meet up with Greg and just grab a drink or something before the flight.
What
and
time are you getting there, Martin? What time are you getting?
Break down some barriers before we get there. Get to the airport, I think it's about 11:05, I believe. Is it 11:05?
Yeah, that's when the flight is. When you get in there.
Oh, 8 o'clock. Sorry.
Right, you have to wait a little. Yeah, about 8:30 I get there.
Yeah, well, mate, I'll get one in ready for you.
We do have a guest in the green room.
Yeah, speaking of which, we got another drive-by guest, actually physically doing a drive-by.
Yeah, nice.
Oh,
hey.
How's it going, mate?
Hi, Will.
How's it going?
Good. What's up, guys? You excited?
keep your eyes on the road.
I know.
Just finished work?
No. So long story short, I'm trying to run around like a crazy maniac today, because True Squadron, Maulsvengeance, and the Boyz, they're in Brickworld territory right now. And I live here, and I'm not hanging with them because I got stuff to get ready for Brickworld still. So I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, they called in from the Rennie earlier, mate. And if you don't get there and sort them out, there might not be any Rennie left by the time you get there.
Yeah, it's true. But you know,
Coop gets so bothered by microphone.
Yeah, I want to get over there. So yeah, but yeah, so I can't devote more time. I'm running around doing errands. Like I gotta get the Brickworld cash right now. Then I gotta get the groceries for the boys that are staying at my place. I got a whole bunch of running around I gotta do right now. Just trying to get stuff ready and go. But yeah.
Mate, I appreciate you rolling by, and I do apologize again. I know you. I was supposed to come on the stream, your 24-hour stream, mate.
Nah, you're good, man. Hey,
12-hour stream. Sorry. I was
man.
beat, mate. I was completely beat, but I did tune in and watch as much of it as I could while I was doing kind of housework and whatever else I had to get done. So it was great. It was a great show, mate. Some good laughs on there as well. So cracking.
Right. Yeah, met a lot of great new people. It was fun. You know, I've always like. It was so nice because it's like meeting people before and after he happens, which is amazing. So, yeah, it was fun.
But look, you go when you're ready to go, mate. I don't want to kind of stop you. I can see you're obviously driving and busy. I'll try to pop back in later, but I know I probably should get going. I just want to make sure I said hi at least once, you know. Yeah, no, absolutely, mate. Any parting any tips before you shoot off for Brickworld?
Don't lose your brick badge.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Don't lose
What
your
happens
brick
if-
badge. That's all I gotta say. Yeah.
What happens if we do?
It's a pain in the ass to get a new one, and they won't let you do stuff. So.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So make sure you don't lose it.
Treat it like your passport.
Yeah. All right. See you
Will
guys
on
later.
a walkie.
Bye, Will.
Keep it in your
You
pocket
there,
on
mate?
public days then.
Brian, keeping it in the
What he means
fanny
is-
pack.
What he means is it's the lanyard. Don't lose
Oh, that's
the, the badge with the lanyard.
Oh,
It's got your pass in it.
And that's the thing that gets you in and out the doors.
Yeah.
Separates you from the normies.
The common people.
Ken, Ken, obviously, I don't want to, air out everybody's travel. It's not that exciting for other people, but is it right if I'll reach out to you later if that's okay, mate, and we'll sort something out. Because obviously, without going into too much detail, me and Slurpy were chatting about this earlier. Going through security from Dublin versus going through security from London is completely different, believe it or not. And that's
Islanding, yeah.
without going in again, without kind of boring the shit out of people. But and then also the fact that we've got no baggage to pick up. Slurpy has, and from my experience, I've always had probably more of an issue with trying to pick up baggage than I have going through security. But of course, every flight, as we all know, is completely different from different countries. So we don't actually know until we literally touch ground, exactly what's going to happen. If it was a delay in the flight, obviously we could kind of let you know. But because we don't really know what the delay is going to be till we get there, it's going to throw things up a little bit. But I do appreciate the offer. Hopefully we can sort something out. And obviously it'll be a load off Austiff if we can kind of, sort it out. But yeah,
I'll send you a voice note, Ken, as well. Just about the situation, but
I will.
But yeah, and I will say, while Ken's there, I did send the link to Ken, but his daughters have come home, and so he's not free anymore. He was due to come on, but he wanted to kind of leave some space for Mark. So shout out to Ken, good
I
friend.
appreciate it, man.
But Ken, I've got my 40-ounce bag ready to go, so I can get a whole 40 in this apparently, and rock around Brickworld with that and a huge glass bottle.
Every time you say that, it's 40-ounce bag. I think you're taking drugs with you.
If anybody doesn't know what a 40 is, a 40-ounce of beer, glass bottle will be in here. I just need to make sure they do non-alcoholic 40s. So
you should get a 44. Cram it in there.
Yeah.
But, guys, can I do have to head soon. Can I tease the Brickworld stop motion before I head out?
Yeah, I thought we were going to do that about 8 o'clock. Oh, well, only an hour and a bit late.
Throw the banner up, man.
Yeah, okay.
It's only I think this teaser is only a minute long, and the full thing's about 5 minutes and 13 seconds. So,
I don't know what.
Slurpy's excuse, you can call it that, for the reason he hasn't been on.
Yeah, so this is the reason. I'll just kind of intro it for you, mate, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
you haven't been as prevalent, I guess, in the streams of the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 weeks.
So, been working on, and of course, anybody out there who doesn't already know, there is an animation. Is it just purely stop motion or any kind of animation?
I mean, from what I've seen, it seems to be mostly stop motion, but there's like, if you do CGI Lego animation, yeah. If you do elements of real life, yeah, but it's typically stop motion Lego.
So there's an animation, a stop motion animation, or whatever you want to call it, sort of show or almost a competition that runs at the event. And of course, they have this is the first year apparently they're doing like so the films, the entries all kind of play continuously in one of the rooms, so you can kind of stop by and watch any time if you want to kind of take some time out, I believe. Did mean to ask Mark about that when he was on, in terms of what it looks like from a spectator point of view, but I think we'll work it out when we get there. But this time, first year, they're doing like a red carpet event. Now, obviously, he did say on one of the streams I was watching the other day that we're not encouraged to wear sort of suit and tie and all the rest of it. He said, but some of the staff running the thing and some other people will be suited and booted. And of course, we won't have the luxury of being able to do that, but we will.
I can take my suit from the wedding.
We'll get it as tidy as we can. Maybe I'll try and see if I can find like a polo or a Hawaiian shirt for that occasion. But we are going to be I'm not going to speak for Martin, but myself and Slurpy, we're going to be attending that red carpet event and go in and support.
I'll be there to see Slurpy win it. Yeah, of course I will.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to speak to you, mate. But hopefully we'll all be there and we'll all be. And look, guys, anybody who wants to come and support him, to come along. I know some of you guys watched it when he entered the THAC competition. We played that sort of live on the show where he kind of ended up coming 4 out of 120, which was, a fantastic achievement. And we were kind of counting down 10. No, he's not. And they were counting down the people. And it was amazing. I really enjoyed it. So hopefully it'll be something like that.
I knew,
but either way, it's going to do really well, and we're all going to be there to support him. And of course,
what day and time is the event?
It's supposed to be Saturday from 7 o'clock to 8:50.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know how busy like how other events are going on, but for me, I'm like, that's the only thing, as well as maybe like some of the other, like there's a few minor things. Those are the only things that are pre-planned for me. Like that's I want to go to.
Yeah.
Before we put it on, did you want to get the guest in case he go, because he might just be popping in and out? I don't.
Oh, I didn't see there was another one. Sorry, I haven't scrolled down a while. Oh yeah. Here he is, Big Daddy.
Here he is.
Oh, hey, Sean, what's going on?
The Chief.
Sean.
There he is.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Brickworld Eve for me.
Oh, you're landing tomorrow. Insane.
Getting in after all that, man. I'm still in LA, but we're leaving from here, or I'm leaving from here tomorrow, bright and early. Get to Chicago around 6:30. Rennie at some point. I don't know if we're going to be whisked away to an immediate debauchery, probably, and then the Rennie. Looking forward to it. I'm a little jelly seeing everybody touching down at the Rennie, but it looks like it's in good shape and ready for the boys.
Yeah, they I don't know if you saw, they called in earlier, and it looks like carnage has already started for them lot. So
it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I mean, you guys were Adjuster was doing good to see you, bud. We were doing he was doing like memory lane stuff, and the way it's just evolved. I don't think people would have dreamed of getting there Monday, let alone whenever the hell they got there Saturday. We've taken this thing that was this compact little, Wednesday for some, but mainly people like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just turned it into like this fiasco, and I love it.
It's next level.
So, I could see Mark kind of like peering around, like, oh God, I hope they're not ever. Like he wants everyone to have fun. He's like, why are you guys there now? It's like, listen, man, we're gonna creep this thing up earlier every year, is what we're gonna do. So. gonna have to get used to it. But
year to year.
yeah, but no, I mean, I was listening. I'm with the kids. Just to give you the setup. My wife's over with her brother. He's doing better. Everything's
good to hear.
getting better. And thanks to every one of you guys who've and in the chat that have sent notes of concern and asking what they could do and all that. I think we're gonna be okay. I did have to patchwork the equipment because I am coming from here, so everybody's been super helpful with pitching in cables and extra mics and like PNG. Shout out to just everybody. Seeps is bringing stuff. There's a lot of crossover. The goat is bringing stuff. Shy's bringing extra stuff. So it's like everybody's really pitched in, and you love to see it, But yeah, man, we're just trying to top the previous one every time, and like Adjuster was saying, like the best parts of it is the stuff. Sure, we got a lot of stuff planned. You guys know most or all of it, but it's the stuff that you don't count. These maniacs running through the Rennie 3 days early. Like, to me, that's a core memory now. Like,
it just makes me jealous.
Just the fact that they're there, you don't even have to do anything. Just the fact that you went that early is so baller. Like, it's just insane.
Sean, what did you think of seeing Padawan and Austiff in the same frame? Like, that kind of weirded me out for a bit.
It's so weird. It's so weird, and just
because their bromance is now solidified.
It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful, and you got your band shirt out. I mean, all of this is so cool, and I'm so glad everything worked out. And like, I can't wait to see the boys, and I hope it's everything we tell you it is. I promise it is, and then some. I can't wait for everybody to be there. And it doesn't get old to me, man. I'm looking forward to it just as much as I have every other time, if not more so, because you guys are. I mean, it's true. Everybody's touched on it. There's this whole new sort of topping being injected into this thing with you boys coming, and it's going to be unbelievable. Like,
we're buzzing. We are buzzing, but yeah.
And I'm relying on some local intel, perhaps yourself, Sean, or whoever wants to kind of point me in the direction of where we're going to go for this bachelor party, this quote unquote bachelor party, because at the moment I'm just at the kind of the whim of whoever says, look, this is where we're going to go and when.
I'll be honest with you, I'm to the point where I don't even know about a bachelor party, but I'll be happy to help. I don't even know what that's about. I think I know, but I mean, I didn't know there was an official, unofficial, but absolutely we're throwing a bachelor party. That makes sense. So,
well, you promised to show me a boob a few months back, mate. So,
I'll show you. Sure.
Someone else's.
No, you just want to see the dinos.
Yeah, you want to see some dinos?
It's interesting.
Girl without the real.
I mean, I'm sure you did. I don't know. My head's swirling, but like, yeah, well, dude, whatever you guys want to do, we'll figure it out, man. It's all right there at the Rennie, or right outside the Rennie. We're in a good spot. Like Mark said, it's accessible to everything. You got all the Lego related stuff you want there. And then outside of there, you got BAMs, you got the Lego store, you got Brickmania. I mean, like anything you're into, that's covered. And then, yeah, if you need to see a boob, I mean, I'm sure they have those there. We'll find them. There won't be many in the convention, but we'll. Mark said 75%. Mark said 70% dudes. It's probably like 90. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's probably
No, that's fine.
So, are you guys marathoning today, Cool Han? I forgot what's going on. Are you just doing it?
No, we kind of look. Originally, we were going to kind of go a little bit later and try and kind of connect up with you. But obviously, after your your update, if you like, for want of a better term, is we just decided to go normal time. So no, we're just going to do the usual 3-4 hours and just keep the juices flowing for whoever wants to call in. But we've got a what do you call it? A sliding door or revolving door of guests coming, lined up and being and gone. So yeah.
Yeah, Mark.
Cool deal. Yeah, I just wanted to because I've got the kids here. I did want to pop in on this. I think we were supposed to try to do something today, but obviously you saw we kind of just turned our finale into Thursday, given everything happening. So, but it's so cool. Like all these hype streams. Seeps just did one. You guys are doing one. It's awesome to see, and can't wait. Brick by Brick, how's it going, man? Sorry.
Good, nice to meet you. I can't wait to see you.
Slurps. I didn't say hi before. Slurp. It's just I jump in. It's like and go. Get it all out.
Abbreviation.
No one's called them slurps before.
It's not the wits.
It's slurps.
What's Whittakee's abbreviation? The
Wits.
Dude, his name is so perfect. I think I don't even want to F with it, man. Like,
Thank you.
I
That
can't
is an
improve
honor.
on.
What an
I
honor.
can't- Well, I don't know if I improve on things, but it's like it's. How do you Whittakee? What do you do with that? It's like flawless. You can't really go any further with that. You know.
You've
Like,
healed him now.
What do you do?
Oh, that's
Like,
made my day.
I mean, look, if I'm
as we're giving out
pressed,
compliments,
if
I've
I'm
got one
pressed,
in.
I'd say Wids is what I'd say.
Wids.
Who's going to be there? Han, Wids, Slurps. Brick by brick, I got to come up with one too. That's way too long.
I know. I'm considering changing it because it's too long.
No, too long for
No,
me.
you-
Do what you want to do. Yeah. I would probably just say together is probably what I would say, or together.
We're together, right?
Well, because
Yeah.
like city, anything with brick or stud, I could get rid of.
Or brick by
there's so
brick,
many.
you could just be brick squared.
Buy it together.
Well, Nick's adjuster. I mean, he's just adjuster. That's it. That's it.
BBT.
Yeah.
It felt weird saying the full things.
Yeah, no, it's really too long, and my real name's Garrett, so I don't know what I need to come up with, but
Just don't be Garrett's bricks.
yeah,
Don't
no,
do it.
no,
Yeah, I got plenty of them.
Yeah.
We can workshop it. It's all good.
yeah, that's what I'm going to Brickworld for.
All right, we'll
I was
come out.
thinking at one point.
We'll come out with a rebrand. Hey, we changed our logo during last Brickworld, so anything's
Yeah.
possible.
I'm ready. I've had my YouTube channel for like 2 or 3 years, so I'm ready for a rebrand.
Ooh.
I mean, I was thinking at one point of changing mine to Brickety, but I thought so many bricks. It's like, nah.
That's
No,
actually a decent one, but
Dude,
I did.
you are
Yeah, but
Whittakee forever, dude. There's no other way to go.
Thank you.
there's no,
And Sean,
nothing else is acceptable unless you're getting a copyright strike. Maybe
I got to thank you and Brent as well, because I mean, I started watching you like I don't know, about 3 years ago now, whatever, and it's through your hype that's got me really excited to come to all the way over to Chicago. So thank you.
Yeah,
no, thank you guys. And listen, it's I know you guys know, but it's from the heart. I want everyone to feel how we all get to feel when we go, and I know it's a lot tougher and expensive and all the above for you guys, but it's going to be everything you want it to be and more. Honestly, I have no doubt. I wouldn't go that hard if I had doubts that it would be what we say it is. And I think you guys, not just from us now, from the peripheral, you're seeing people who've taken the step. It's like everybody goes back. That should tell you everything you need to know. You know what I mean? It's like the number one question in business is like, would you recommend this to a friend? Would you recommend this product? Would you recommend this restaurant? And if the answer is yes, like you're 90% of the way there. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm so looking forward to it.
Because bland reviews from people you don't have a connection with or know, it's like it's tough to make a decision. But if a good friend or someone you watch or whatever it is, like it's that's why they call it that slimy word I hate, influencers, but it's true, man. Like it's like, but mine's like, no, man, just go there, see what it's about. And I don't know. We can't hype it any more than we possibly did. So it's like it's here, man.
I just made the most of it because obviously, I mean, I won't be going every year, obviously.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't blame, and I always wonder, like, if I had to sit this one out, it's like, man, would I even be hungrier next year? Probably, But
yeah,
I hear you.
That's the one thing I'm worried about. Is I'm going to enjoy myself so much that I end up coming back and go right, start saving for next year.
Hey, we'll get Austiff to do a special. What is that? 700 and I don't know how many days is that? 730 day countdown.
So. Look, Austiff, if we asked Austiff to fly over here and take us over, he would do it.
Oh, he'd find a way. Yeah.
Like, if I asked Austiff, I asked Austiff, can you go to the Lego store? He's like, oh, I went to all the Lego stores for you. I only asked you to go to one.
Yeah, no, he's nuts. I was like, hey, does anybody have such and such cord? He's like, I'll go get one. I go, no, I meant that hasn't left their house yet that could possibly throw it in their bag. Don't buy one, man. Like, I think I put, don't buy anything. It's just if you have one.
He's a great
guy. And mainly it's because, like, I don't want to. It's like, some of this little namby-pamby. I mean, Cool Han, you've become quite the producer now. I remember you were kind of, learning everything. But, there's these little there's a $15 this and a $20 that, and they're not the same spot. And it's like, I don't want to be running around town or Amazoning and all that. It's like, if there's just like, I don't know, little accessories and people can throw in a bag, that would be awesome. That's kind of I just don't want to deal with that. I just want to live and have fun there. Like,
yeah. No.
because like side quests suck unless they're trying to get some leg up. You know what I mean? Or food. Those are fun side quests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean the Flightway, apparently.
Yeah,
Sean, you got to keep an eye on Padawan when you see him tomorrow. Like,
is he going to be hammered?
Yeah, well, I don't know. we don't know what's happening. They're running around like the goon squad they are. They're going to get into some havoc, you know.
You represent the worst in us.
I only step in when I have to, and it's not going to be with a friend, so I'm not worried about it. But I wasn't joking. I have back to back. I have tossed 2 people out for very different reasons.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. Whatever. Get drunk, have fun. Just don't do anything stupid. Like we're all hammered half the time anyway. So it's I'm no angel. Usually it's late though, and we're just sitting at the table. So nothing. We're not really getting into anything.
I'm worried we're gonna have to scrounge together some $1 bills to bail him out of jail or something.
We'll figure it out. But it's
We'll
not.
figure it out.
No, honestly, I hope he blows the proverbial load like today and tomorrow, and gets his inaugural getting smashed, gets his time. You guys, get yourself adjusted to the time zone. Yeah, get the lag going, and then maybe he'll be settled in by then, and we'll see.
Yeah.
But but hey, if he wants to rage, it's all good, man. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do. But
so, Sean, I got to ask, and I'm going to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
I'm going to be sporting a large array of ACOB merch. Will you be sporting any Cool Han merch?
When I placed my no, I'm not because when I placed my order, that was during the ACOB wave drop, and that was it. And then all this other stuff started leaking in, and I got worried about timelines. And by the time I saw it, I was like, it's not going to make it. God's honest truth. I ordered my stuff. In fact, my stuff. Here's something. I didn't bring anything here because my plan was always to go back home first. Yeah. Thank God I was like, Justin, and to prove this to you, I sent it to Tyler, to Life Brick's house for him to bring. So thank God I made that move and shipped it to him, or else literally I'd have. I mean, when we jammed out here, I just threw stuff in a bag, not thinking about, like a tire. So I checked though. Here's what's cool though. I think I have 5 shirts coming. And not counting travel days, I'm there 5 days. So I think the attire is set. So nice. I've got the band and the ready and whatever. You guys saw the stuff and some shorts. Are we
gonna be doing a band group photo or something like that?
Yeah, we have to
for sure.
I won't be in that one then.
For sure.
He's not part of the gang.
We'll do a band photo. We'll do whatever you guys want to do, man. It's gonna be. We should coordinate. I think I have the black one, and then I think a little surprise, but we'll see.
Oh, you got the special one.
Ooh. I mean,
you are arm printing, yeah.
Lake is Lake, man. He does what he does, but but I'll be honest with you. The shirt I'm looking forward to the most is the Rennie, though. That's so sick.
Yeah, it's a good shirt.
I'm like, do they have a laundry machine there? I might want to just like wash that one and do a double wear on that one, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think I'm rolling like 2 shirts per day because I couldn't whittle it down. So it's like 2 a day.
Oh yeah, you got to.
In your cabin things. Not
I'm also hearing rumors. I swear to God, I had no idea there was a pool there, but apparently there is. So
yeah. I've taken some swimming.
I mean, legitimately, I've been there 3 times, and I swear I never knew there was a pool there.
They have a floating boat competition in the pool as part of the activities.
You know me, Nick. I just float around myself and don't even know what the hell's going on half the time, running from one thing to the next. I have no idea.
Ain't going in.
There are days where I don't realize I haven't eaten anything, and it's like 8:30. I'm like, I should probably eat something. Like nobody cares about.
So is that
get your
birthday then on Thursday?
Yeah.
Right.
Get your Brick Connection shirts out then.
There you go. Well, okay, so on Austiff's, his was there, but they only go to 2X. I need the 3, so I couldn't even get one of his.
Oh, shit.
Oh, okay, so,
Yep. That was in the shop. But how cool was that, seeing your shirt at the Rennie, dude? That's so sick.
Oh, Oh yeah,
I'm
good.
just-
Yeah.
Actually, I'm just thinking of something. I had a T-shirt printed out, and I'm just worried about copyright now.
By who?
What do you mean? Do whatever you want.
Because of
It's only selling them.
because of the box of Boyz.
Yeah, but it's only if you're selling them. Oh, you mean copyright
Oh,
from
well,
the...
here's the copyright. Ready? Approved. Go ahead.
Thank you.
There you go.
We don't need to bring lawyers into this. Whatever you want to do. If it's any of our stuff. I mean, I can approve our stuff. I don't know what else you plan on doing. But
No, that was it. Yeah, just that
dude.
fantastic box of Boyz. You know the one that I do every month. I do a different one every month. So
yes, sir.
yeah,
That's
love that.
no, I
Love that.
enjoy seeing the updates on it. I do. It's cool. I catch them.
Well, I haven't done one yet for this month because I'm going to bring the box with me, and I'm hoping to get lots of sig figs and put them in.
Oh, okay.
And if anyone can only just let me borrow it, take a picture, they can remove it. They don't have to give it to me. It's okay. So yeah.
Whittakee's going to walk off.
This is the spot to do it, though. Yeah, I always add a couple to the collection every year from here. People are definitely bringing them. That's why we did
yours. I've definitely got yours, Brent and Ducks, anyway, because I'm picking up the box.
There you go.
Nice.
So,
and we're doing whatever, we can, we'll be there for like a signing if you want or not, or what, some people want them signed, some people don't. Some people break them right open like Nick and start furiously building right at the table.
I got my set signed. Signed the set.
You got a signed set.
I think the back of the box, which is white, isn't it? That'd be quite nice to get the people who put the sig figs in to sign it.
Whatever you want to do, man. It's gonna be fun. We'll have the music playing again. Which is funny because last year, I think because we had just started that. I think there was like 6 songs, and now it's like I don't even know. But
yeah,
it's like a double LP at this stage.
It's gonna be a double LP. Yeah,
I have to say, I think it was the original one. My favorite is still Amperu. Always will be.
Amperu.
Mm-hmm. He was first, man. The first love. What can you do?
Yeah, no, it's a great one.
I'll be honest. I love when something goes unplayed, for a month or a few shows, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that one was fun.
Dinos is growing on me.
It's all. Yeah, it's just like anything. You get nostalgic for one of these things. I don't know.
It's like when your favorite band releases a new song. It's like this isn't the same, and then you listen to it a few times. Like this is good. This is good.
You gotta hear it 3 times.
There was only, I think there was a handful where everyone was liked it right off the rip, and a lot of times people are like, you could tell they're being nice or whatever, but like Wave, everybody liked immediately. Like nobody, I don't remember anybody saying that's bad. Like what I mean?
That's my third, I would say.
But to your point, yes, I very rarely, whenever any new song, you're just like, all right, and then it takes. That's why they play them over and over because they're gonna get you eventually.
Brent didn't like the Annie song, but now I think he's okay with it.
It's in his top 3 last night, right? Exactly. Yeah. He felt personally he was like white knighting for Padme for some reason. He's like, I don't know, man, it's a little too far about
And I'm like, I think Frico's got the funniest lyrics. I think it's so funny.
Frico's a good one.
But he was like, he was legitimately, everything you guys see, there's no put ons. I mean, that's exactly, he felt that way. And I was like, okay, well, that was stuck in my head. So I made it. And, and then it's kind of funny because then you guys catch on that he doesn't like it. And so then people just start requesting it more. It's just,
it's a bit like the Hive and Ewok thing, isn't it? So,
yeah. It's like, do your. All right, guys. Somebody said they don't like something.
I was just about to say though, you do get some funny looks in the supermarkets when you're going along, going 40 fucking figs, 40 fucking figs.
I'll tell you where I get weird looks is the kids are obsessed. I mean, because we're in Jurassic season. It happens every Brickworld. They're like, "Daddy, play it in the car," and it boobs. It does say boobs.
It does. I kept thinking, is it saying boobs or room?
But that's it. And I'm like, we use that. You know what I mean? Like we say that to them if there's booby, not in a gross way. And so, other than like I'll be passing by the hallway and they're playing in their room, and I'll hear my 4-year-old be like, "I don't want to see your boob," and I'm like, "Hey, we don't." I'm like, as long as we don't do it As long as we don't do it outside of the house or at school.
2 hours 18, guys. Let's clip it.
So. No, I mean, my daughter, she's 7. She can sing them all front to back. I mean, she knows.
7 already, geez.
They haven't heard
class.
Figs, though. They have not heard Figs, though. I did not play that one for them. You can't hide from that one. That one's just complete.
Mine's 28 on Monday. Bloody hell.
Yeah, 40 Figs, you can't. That one isn't. They have not heard that one, and I don't think they're going to. The other ones are kind of just goofy, and they're like implying stuff. That one's like pretty blatant. So
on the nose, isn't it?
that, and then not only do I not want to do it, but like most importantly, the wife's face / reaction. If I played that in front of them and she was in the same room, it would be not a cool scene. I don't think. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm another less than 24, man. We'll be there. And this is your dedication. My flight, middle seat. I'm doing it. I would only do that for Brickworld.
Wow.
You got to get in there and establish dominance with your shoulders. You know what I mean? You got to establish.
I'm in the middle, aren't I think.
I wouldn't want to.
It's an exit row. It's an exit row. So I will have the leggy. That's good.
That's good.
But I haven't done a middle
right
seat in I haven't done a middle seat in 10 years. There is nothing I would do it for except this and probably, I don't know, an emergency, which this is. So
we're sat right at the back, Sean, so we can put the seat right back. Be great.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if you heard, Sean, as well, that it turns out that Greg's on our flight as well. So I've been chatting to him a little bit.
Oh, no kidding. Exact same flight. That's awesome.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to try and between us and Ken and Austiff, we're going to try and sort of take him along with us. But
are you guys carpooling? Like, is someone coming to scoop you from the airport?
Yeah, Austiff was originally, but once I found out that Greg, even though he did tell me a while back, I must have missed it, what flight he was on. We ended up booking the same one and just completely forgot. So rather than kind of leave him get an Uber on his own, we're going to try and sort something out. And Dan from Two Gay Falls as well is traveling with him, but I don't think he's staying at the Rennie. So I'm not sure what's going to happen there, but we'll sort something out. We'll get there either way.
Look, there's been a few offers too, and some generous people out there. Like,
if we have to walk there, we will.
Yeah, I mean, you end up hanging out there the whole time, and it's not that much less anywhere else. I mean, that's the other thing. I could see if it was like, because Nick, you're staying there, right? You're in the hotel.
We couldn't get a room this year, so we're We're by the Costco.
But you've done both, right? And it's like
I have done both. The Rennie is way better. It is,
and it's not. What is it? It's not like it's double. I was gonna say what I was saying is if it was like, I'm just making this up. If it was like 3 something, I could see like well, let's just take the drive after. But it's so comparable to that area. In fact, Renaissance. So I'm a Marriott guy with work. I mean, that's like one of their premium ones too. It's not like the base, Marriott or Courtyard or what. It's like, I mean, you guys have seen it and you'll see it there. It's semi luxury. It's pretty crazy for only 160. Truthfully,
what I'm paying.
I think there's a TV in the bathroom too.
Over here, I reckon a hotel over here would be dearer. So
you wouldn't get 2 nights here in a hotel, and then you wouldn't be anywhere near that kind of level for that.
No. And in fact, what hotels?
Yeah,
what hotels do you hear where I'm from? Let's just say you book a room and an event's happening 6 months down the line. They'll ring you a month out and be like, "We're canceling your room," and then they'll upcharge that same fucking room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the shadiness. Like the
they should be
here.
ahead. Yeah, they should be ahead of that. We have rules in the States on that kind of thing, though. Because there is. They have. You'll see it. I don't know if but the classy places, which I don't. This is so I don't think they do it. But on the back of your door when you get into a room, they have what the legal max rate is on a room. Like they can't ever exceed that, no matter what. And they did. Sadly, you know why they do it? It's not just for events. They do it when there's like natural disasters and stuff. Like because opportunists will scoop in and be like, say you had a hurricane the next town over, they can't automatically take their room from 150 to like 700 just because they can. They just can't do that. So they have a cap. They have a cap. They can't scalp rooms. You can't. You have. It's a big window, but there's like a there's a max to prevent people from doing it. Same thing at the gas pump, same thing with water. That you can't raise those things. They you'll get whatever. I'm sure people do it, but you're supposed to get fined or whatever if you take advantage of it. I don't know how I got on this subject, but anyway.
No, it's
Sean, I've got a question about the Rennie. Do they have like safes in the room?
Do they have safes?
I don't remember.
Probably. Yes.
They probably
I'm gonna
do.
say yes. I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. Because it's a nice yeah, I think so.
Usually nice hotels have little lock boxes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm gonna go out on a limb and say yes. I feel like I've seen one in the little closet area there, Nick. The little, on the right hand side or whatever, or left when you walk in, depending on how your room's laid out. I think there is one in the wardrobe.
Thanks, Coop.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, if you actually need facts on stuff, ask Coop.
Yeah, Coop's coming out here. With,
I will guess and try to logic it together, but yeah.
Yeah, the rent is so much more convenient because remember last year throughout the convention, sometimes I just want to head upstairs, just take a little nap before, and then go to something else in the evening. Whereas the year before, I was like trying to find a seat in the auditorium just to take a nap there because I was at a different hotel and I didn't want to go leave.
No, you don't want to deal with that. Yeah,
and so it's convenient. However, having said that, trying to get to your room is another story because you keep bumping into people on your way to your room, and it might be instead of like a 10-minute walk up, it might be like an hour because you keep bumping into more people, especially in the lobby, on the way to the lobby, in the elevator, on your floor, you'll see people.
Yep, it's ready pinball, man. That's what it is.
By the time you get out there, you've got to come back down again.
Yeah,
no, but it's true. And
I forgot something in my room.
I'll tell you what's cool too is everybody's on different schedules and watch it happen now that I'm putting it out there. But I don't recall Nick having, despite all those people there, I don't recall it being like a major ordeal with the elevators either. They're pretty efficient. I think people are coming and going at so many different times, and
like you're not waiting.
Like people aren't all eating right at breakfast, lunch, dinner. People are just like. To your point, it's like, around 4, I might cruise up to the room for a 30 so I can survive what I'm going to do to myself later that night. and then not see the room again until 4 a.m. You know what I mean? It all depends on what's going on. So
I think Tyler said something else.
Us old people need our naps.
Oh, I need my if I don't get the 20 to 30, I'm not going to make it. Yeah, I have to get my 20. I got to do it every day. I at least try to. Yeah.
So someone asked like, "Oh, I need to get 8 hours of sleep," and then Tyler was like, "You might get 8 hours sleep that entire week."
I mean, some maniacs, sure, but that's probably a little too far. I mean, I guess it's possible, but I would say like feels like 4 or 5 is my thing. I don't, I'll shut it down like one of the nights, but I don't stay up all night every night. I'm too old. I can't do that anymore.
Look, guys, I will interject here just briefly. Slurpy, unfortunately, he can't stay too long, but we have we've promised a tease of the movie that he's submitted.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
to the brick to the thing.
So stop motion.
We're going to play that now. So feel free to sit back and watch, or head on if you want to head on, guys. Whatever you want to do. So, but yeah, we kind of did the intro earlier. This is what he's been working on really hard on over the last couple of weeks, missing the show.
Yeah, I'll check that out and then I'll get back to the kiddos. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, let's roll that tease then, Slurpy.
What the tease for the winner?
But we'll see.
That was pretty good.
That's all I can play.
That's cool. I will say the spaceship at the start. It reminded me of one of the spaceships on Space Invaders. Just, the image just reminded me of the little square one.
For everybody watching,
I like adding the graphic overlays too on the bricks. That's awesome.
Everybody across the top row here has seen the full video, and I'm really excited for it to get the full sort of the full treatment at the show. And you know, Deb's in the chat for Slurpy because there's a lot of work's gone into this, and it's definitely showed. Oh yeah,
that was pretty good
right, so
compared to the winners from last year. Because I remember during the closing ceremonies they showed some of the entrance. This is right up there. Like
for sure. No, based on the ones I've seen, yeah, for sure.
Wow,
well, there's 4 more minutes.
What was the competition you went in? You got 4th in the world. So
it was FAC. It was it was a 24-hour animation contest. They basically gave the theme, and you had 24 hours to make a stop motion.
Wow.
And,
nice.
I kind of talked about it. Like the motivation was Austiff's 24-hour stream the week before. I was like, if he can do that, I'm going to try and make something within my skill set. You know, like I can't stream for that long and have a bit of crack like. But no, it just takes too much. It just takes so much time. And I thought because it's my first Brickworld, I'm not a big mock guy.
Howdy.
I'm like I can make films, so I can try do that instead. So.
Yeah, I must admit, the first guy we see, it does remind me of you, though, Slurpy. I think of you straight away.
It's supposed to be. That's my brother. He's got a much more severe tea addiction than me. So,
All right, boys.
Thanks,
I gotta get back, but good to see you. We'll see you soon.
Oh,
thanks for dropping in.
Thanks, Sean. Take care, mate.
See you in a couple of days.
I actually have to go too. So, but thanks a lot for letting me join the stream. It's lots of fun.
Yeah,
Nick.
Thanks.
Yeah, appreciate you stopping by and staying so long as well, mate. Look, obviously say hello to Maria for me, and we'll see you guys in a couple of days. And like I said, hopefully we get you guys lined up for a show sometime in the future, a full show where we can really kind of get to know you a bit more, or our chat can get to know you a bit more. But yeah, thanks for popping by, mate.
Nice to meet
you. See you guys in Chicago live.
See you.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, man.
Bye.
Take care.
Listen, mate. I will head here now as well. I should have headed a bit ago, but I want to say, like, to chat who isn't going, it's going to be uploaded, this stop motion, on Sunday morning. So,
did you see the comment by Dre? So, first of all, he said, geez Louise, that tease is longer than my full film. And he said something else about the film, actually, a while back. I don't know whether you saw the comments. Actually, he also asked, can he get a shirt? I'm not sure whether you meant an ACOB shirt, a Rennie shirt, or a Cool Han shirt, but the link is in the description for the Cool Han shirt, and there you can find Austiff's and ACOB's merch on the same link with Matt Blackbrick. So, Andre, check that out in the link, the description for the YouTube video. But I got to say, mate, it's not going to come in time now, unfortunately. So,
it took about 2 weeks for me.
Might be different. It's obviously going to be different in the US, but so wait, Slurpy, I just started following you on Instagram and YouTube. Oh, wait, what? I'm entered into the film festival also. Oh man, your film's at effing A.
Oh, Andre, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
I know he's a budding photographer. I didn't realize he did films as well, but yeah, that's fantastic. So.
Andre's followed me on Instagram, so Andre, send me your video. I think you mentioned it there in the comments. Send me we like. I just need to say too, like I kind of got back in the stop motion mainly because of the show. I had taken a hiatus for many years. When I did the FAC entry, it was my first Lego brick film in 5 years, and this one's my first main film in 5 years, like in terms of a project. So this is. I don't want to be gloating, but this is the best Lego film I've made, I think. It's yeah. I really can't wait to show everyone. And as I say, for the people in the chat who can't go, it will be available after Brickworld. It doesn't have to be; it can be available now. But I kind of want to keep a bit of a hype, a kind of keep it exclusive to Brickworld for a wee bit.
Oh,
so
mate, yeah, you gotta wet the whistle and then keep them waiting for it.
guys, I do have to go. I want to just thank everyone who was on the panel. Gareth, thanks. Good seeing you again as always.
Yeah, good to see you.
Two illustrious co-hosts, Cool Han and Whittakee, who Whittakee just decided he's had enough already. I can't wait, man. For Brickworld, hey, I'm so fucking excited.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, brother. Like I said, I can't wait to see you in person, but also thanks so much for making the time to sort of stop by. We have missed you, mate. So
that's what I mean. Like, I listening to the shows, I'd be listening to them while I'm filming and stuff, and I'm like, I really miss it. But it sort of got me more and more hyped. But for something clicked the last number of days where I'm like, because I was telling a family member, like, oh, I have to do a stream tonight, even though it's my last full day here with the fam. And they're like, wait. I'm like, oh, I haven't streamed with them in 4 or 5 weeks. And they're like, but you're going to see them in 2 days. And I was like, that's not the point.
Has it been that long?
Oh, yeah. See,
3 weeks.
Huh?
No, yeah, it would be long. Yeah, it would be longer than that.
But look, I must head. I've got to get the suit all ready for tomorrow, and gotta get it all styled up.
You enjoy the wedding, mate.
Oh, likewise. I'll catch up with you guys in the notes too. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
see you, Slurpy.
I've got one thing I want to show, but you don't have to wait. You don't have to stay for it. It takes a couple of seconds. I completely forgot to show this earlier. It's a couple of seconds long. Hopefully, it'll work.
Yo, yeah, Bugsy.
Hey.
Did you see the full video? It started halfway for me.
Yeah, Mugsy lad in the flesh.
Nice.
It fits perfectly. Hey,
are you guys wearing them to the wedding? Because he's going to the same wedding, right?
Yeah, he's one of the groomsmen. But I'm if he's watching on replay, wear it under your suit, and then bust it out on the dance floor. Oh man,
if you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's the ban. But look, I'm gonna shoot off here, and I'll see all you guys very, very fucking soon.
Yeah, man. See you soon. Take care.
All the best.
I'm gonna have to go now too, Cool Han. My son just woke up from his nap.
Yeah, Garrett, mate. Look, I appreciate the fact you've just been kind of sat on the bench there, mate, for the whole time.
No, it's fine. I just love being here.
Thanks.
Look, mate. I obviously look. You're a good friend of the show, obviously, as you know. So you're always welcome here, mate. But yeah, I do appreciate you just
you and your cock.
Sat in the wings while we showed everybody else a good time. But no, look, mate. Again, looking forward to meeting you at Brickworld. It's going to be exciting, mate. It's going to be exciting.
Dude, I can't wait.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a good one. So, but look, family first, mate. Always, you know my motto.
Yeah.
Go see to your little one, and then we'll see you soon, mate.
All right. See ya. Appreciate it.
Take care.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Yeah. See you soon.
Oh, and then it's back to the.
Yeah, just the two of us.
It's back to the pilot episode.
Blimey. Well, not quite, because I would be here.
Yeah, true. Guys, I've sent some links out. I've sent some links out. There's some space guys there if you want to come through.
I just want to highlight one comment that it's my top comment for the night. And I did say, well, hopefully nobody's watching. When you're on about, I'm assuming, when you asked Sean about showing you something, this comment, he's got a stack of dollar bills already. We all know what that's for.
No chance, mate.
I thought that was hilarious.
Those bills are all reserved for Lego. So I'd rather see a Lego boob than I would any other. So,
oh, fair play, Kirsty.
So look, in terms of content, while we're there, I ain't gonna promise anything, right? The only two things I want to do at the very least in terms of like a stream of some kind is our stream, which unfortunately, because I didn't realize how early Slurpy was leaving, it's going to be probably Friday or Saturday, possibly. Not sure exactly when. We're only going to go for a couple of hours, and what we'll do is we'll just try and poach people off the streets, whoever's passing by, get them on. I know we've said that we're going to get Amy on. Shout out to Amy. We're going to get Mrs. Tripp. We're going to get Papa Tripp on, possibly. And it's going to be a good time. And we'll just try and rally the boys. Hopefully, we'll get all 7 of the regular hosts. We got some news to share whilst at Brickworld. Once we've got all 7 hosts together for the first and probably last time ever in person, we got some news. 7. So it's me, you, Slurpy, Padawan, Oaktown, Maulsvengeance, and wait, no, it's 6. Is it 6?
That's all the ones that are in the names, yeah, but in the intro.
And Austiff. I was going to forget Austiff. So right. 7 of us. But we will be boosting the ranks, and we will be adding an additional host, or sort of, role by host at Brickworld, which I'm keeping that close to my chest. I'll probably let Whittakee know on the flight, but added discussions with this individual, and he's keen to join the team, the ever-growing team. And of course, like, these guys are free to come and go as they please. But it just kind of makes it a bit easy for us to just make sure the show continuously runs, and we have a nice variety of heads. Sometimes all 7 want to be on the show at once, which is almost impossible. Sometimes it's struggle to get 2, but we always deliver a show. And obviously, the more people we got waiting in the wings, the better. So yeah, Brick Dynasty, I can't believe we forgot Austiff. I do apologize. Hopefully, he doesn't watch that back. But yeah, so apart from that normal show,
as long as none of us nicks my spot, I don't mind.
No, you'll always be there, mate. Apart from that, the only other thing we're going to try and do, and I don't know how it's going to work, we're going to sort it out. Amy is hopefully going to sort of support me with it. Is that we're going to do like a snack wars on tour.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna, we're gonna rock up. We're gonna, have a display, find some bowls and some plates and some dishes from somewhere, and just have a table set up with a Welsh flag. I haven't got a British flag, so it's gonna have to be a Welsh flag, unfortunately. But items that were bought in Wales, not necessarily made in Wales, but bought in Wales, part of the UK, and then items that were bought in the USA. And we're going to have a little bit of grab a couple of people, maybe not necessarily the hosts, but we'll grab a couple of people. I don't know, let's for argument's sake.
A cabin suitcase thing, aren't you? How the hell are you getting all this in there?
Because I have no clue, mate.
I've got 5 t-shirts, 5 pair of shorts, and it's full up. I can't get anything else in mine.
Yeah, I haven't even tried, mate. Like I said, I'm making all these promises. I might not be able to get anything in there, so we'll soon find out. But if all goes to plan, and I'll say if all goes to plan over the top of it all, if all goes to plan, we're going to do this, and we're going to try and make it as fun as possible. So we'll see what happens. But look out for those 2 things, guys, at the very least, hopefully. And anything else is just seat of the pants, bit of vlogging. I'm going to be doing and this was suggested by Kirsty, so shout out to Kirsty. I'm going to be doing like a kind of using Instagram just for kind of what it should be used for, essentially, for just kind of photos. I won't necessarily be videoing all the way along, but I will be like, me getting on the bus, me, on the coach, doing whatever I'm doing, sorting through some stuff, meeting up with Whittakee, grabbing a drink with Whittakee, meeting London Bridge, whatever, and just kind of literally just a photo, banging on Instagram, hardly any description, just for you guys, just to kind of keep up. If you're interested in that kind of thing, most people won't be, but check it out and follow the story of my journey from Llanelli, Wales, all the way to Schoenberg in Chicago. So yeah, so keep a lookout for that. But yeah, that's it, mate.
Do you know what? It still hasn't hit me though. I reckon it won't be till tomorrow night when I'll be thinking, shit, I got to get up at bloody 4:45.
Well, yeah, you were asking about my flight. Bus. So it leaves at 4:30 from Cardiff.
Ooh, you know, did me.
So I got to be up at like 3 a.m. Grab some breakfast, and my dad's going to drop me because my parents live nearby, so he's going to drop me to where the coach is picking up, and then I'll be on my merry way.
Yeah. Well, I was. I'm catching a bus to the bus station. I was going to get an Uber, but it turned out to be 15 quid. I was like, I ain't paying that.
Yeah, the coach to London's probably cheaper, was it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's $9.99. That's ridiculous, isn't it? $9.99 to go from one basically side to the country to the other, and bloody 15 quid to go like 10 minutes down the road or 15 minutes down the road. Ridiculous.
Shreddy, sorry to interrupt you there, mate. Shreddy, are you going to come through? Wait a sec. Oaktown's here. How did I miss him? Mate, I'm so sorry.
What's up?
How long were you there?
I was here for a few minutes, like 5 minutes. I just wanted to pop in really quickly. I need to go soon.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I just want to stop in and say hi. I can't wait to see you guys in 3 days. I cannot believe that that's how much time that we have left for this thing. It is insane.
It's gone so quick. It's gone so quick.
Yeah.
Well, basically.
Looking forward to seeing you, mate.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you.
One of the first people I ever got to know in this community. And good friend. Lots of respect for you, mate. So I can't wait to...
I mean, for us, it's less than 2 days. I mean, you've got tomorrow, and then I'm off on my travels.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So is it Monday? It's not Monday for. Yeah, it's not Monday for you guys yet.
Not quite yet. No, it's 10 o'clock here at the moment.
Okay.
So
I think you guys are leaving on Tuesday, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Martin's got to catch a coach at 4:30. Did you say? And mine's 6:15.
I'm actually leaving tomorrow afternoon to go and stay with my parents for the night because there's no way I'd make it from here to the coach station that time in the morning. But so my holiday effectively starts tomorrow. But yeah.
Awesome.
Well, what time is your flight? You're coming in Wednesday, right?
Yes, I'm coming in on Wednesday. I think that I should be there around the time that the event starts on Wednesday. I don't know, just be there around maybe 6 or 7, I think.
I think what got me was the other day when you said, because you're flying, obviously, America to America, and your flight's about the same price as ours, isn't it?
The lanes?
The flight. The cost.
Yeah, the cost, I think it's about the same.
Yeah, indeed now.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's always flying to California. It's always expensive. Everything in California is more expensive. Everything in Texas is bigger, and everything in California is more expensive.
So are you packed yet, mate?
Not yet.
When you plan to start that?
Probably Tuesday.
Yeah, same man. Always last minute.
I mean, I'm mostly packed. The only thing really is like stuff like your toothbrush and stuff like that, and but most of it, I would say, is. But the thing is, I keep going into my bag and just keep checking now. That's the problem. I'm like, right, make sure my passport's there, make sure my money's there, make sure that and I know it's there, but I still keep checking it every couple of hours.
Nah, Whittakee, don't check it until the day before you leave and the day that you leave. No need to check it every few hours, man. I'm just telling you, just don't worry.
Easier said than done. It's been a long time since I've been away, so
Oh, you mean when you're over there?
Well, it's just been a long time since I've been on holiday, been away. I reckon the last time was probably about 6 years ago, maybe something like that. Last time I went away. So
no, it's been a while for me as well. Out of the country, But yeah, got some exciting things.
Yeah,
got the figs.
Cool.
I got 40 of these, 40 effing figs.
Yeah.
Plenty of stickers. Way more stickers than I have figs. So I want.
How many stickers?
I think there's about 100. So I'm going to dish them out.
Nice.
Really nearly. I've got in my bag of tricks here. I've got. We've got the Whittakee goodie bag. So Whittakee's, apart from, as well as obviously the Cool Han bits and pieces, which isn't finished yet because I've got to add cards and I've got to add the Welsh tile when I get over there from PNG.
Nice.
But this is Whittakee's kind of
awesome
survival pack. You got your chrome hilt lightsaber.
Wow.
Not just a
nice.
One. You got your red. I know you like red, so I got you the red mug for him to drink his tea out. You got the spearhead, the Luigi head, plus obviously Blockhead himself. So yeah.
And don't forget the t-shirt.
And the t-shirt is here as well, mate. Yeah, no worries. Kirsty wasn't very happy when she found out I'd ordered t-shirts for other people. She was like, well, where's mine? I was like, oh, yeah. What it is, right? So, yeah. But I got all sorts of goodies going on. But now you're saying that about the packing, I'm starting to panic. Because I'm like, wait, really? Because I got so much extra stuff to bring that I wasn't planning to bring. So... But I was looking at the price of the flights. I don't know where you got 120 quid from because it says 60 on mine for an extra suitcase.
Does it? I don't know mine.
It says 60 quid. No, sorry, 50 quid. 55 if you pay. No, sorry, 60 quid. 55 if you pay in advance.
Really? Well, it's too late now.
It might be worth getting one between us. But especially to come back. But
yeah, because once you're out, you can just shove it in a carrier bag and take it home on a bus, so or coach, I should say.
Well, no, I'm only debating it because now I know the situation with Slurpy when we were getting there, and that he might not even be waiting for us potentially. I don't know. I don't even know whether I've got another suitcase, but I'm tempted to bring a larger one instead. And not take the small one.
I feel like you're gonna need a larger suitcase.
Yeah, and then obviously if you want to add anything to it, mate, you can. But I don't know.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I don't even own a large suitcase.
Yeah, well, why? We don't both need to do it. But what I'm saying is, if you wanted to bring more stuff and then chuck it in there, and then obviously use it for the way back as well for extra stuff, and the option's there, mate. Because what I might do is I might put my small.
That might be a good idea, mate. Yeah, or what, like split the price, of it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think you pay. I don't know whether you still have to pay both ways. If you pay there, I'm pretty sure that includes the price back as well. I'll have to look at it. Maybe that's what you were looking at. The 120 was for the round trip. Yeah, you Amy, you're right. I think it's because I've got all this extra food. I'm not worried about like the normal stuff, but the extra food and then all these accessories and stuff I'm bringing. And I stupidly went ahead and kind of bagged up all these kind of blockheads to give out as well. For anybody who's a fan of the videos, probably would have taken up less space if I'd left them like linked together and then the bag separate. But of course, I don't know whether I'm going to get time to do it when I get there. So I just kind of thought. I got my daughter working hard to bag it all up for me. So I just thought might save some time, but I don't know. We'll have to look into it, mate, because I have got a bigger suitcase. I've just suddenly remembered they're under our bed. Because we got one of those Ottoman beds that lifts up, so they're under there. So it wouldn't be hard to do it. And of course, if I could put my smaller suitcase inside the bigger one, so I have just for the sake of not having to carry more to the destination, then that might actually work out pretty good. So we'll have to discuss
here then. So extra baggage charges, right? So when they say first item of luggage, that's not including the one you're taking on.
No, not unless you decide to put it in the hold.
So yeah, it is only £55. Bloody hell!
So what is it? What is it coming back though? Can you see it coming back?
I'd have to go on to.
Is that price for both ways?
That's just for the British Airways at the moment for flight BA 0295, Heathrow to O'Hare. So I'd have to go on to the American Airlines.
So you guys got 2 different flights from there and back?
Yeah.
You guys didn't get a round trip?
British Airways going there and American Airways coming back.
We did. We booked them as one thing, but it's just when you tell them where you're going, they give you an option of flight times. So depending on what time we want to come back, it would have been a different airline.
We didn't want to come back too early on the Sunday. We wanted to make it the whole day still. So because coming from England, we want a nice as long as we could really.
Yeah.
I suppose we could have come back with BA, but it might have been like 5 o'clock in the afternoon or something. It's like nah.
What time are you guys heading out on Sunday?
Well, the flight's 10:30 at night.
Yeah, probably be leaving about 6, 7 o'clock-ish, I guess,
Yeah.
to make sure we get there in plenty of time, because we got to be there for international flights about 3 hours before, or they recommend 3 hours.
Yeah, even though I'm not getting mine to 2.5 hours, but I can't help that.
What's up, GB Models? Nice to see you.
Right.
Hello from
Yeah,
Australia.
hello, GB Models. I don't recognize the name, but hello.
It's
No,
not
yeah,
saying it's not saying coming back, mate. I can't see it on my thing, but yeah, it's 55. Unfortunately, I mean, I would try and do it, but I haven't even got a suitcase. But if you want to do that, Martin, I don't mind splitting the cost.
Yeah, but we will. Yeah, we will have to find out how much it is altogether. Like in terms of logistically, it's not a problem at all, because I literally just got to empty the suitcase, chuck mine inside it, make the same trip I'm going to make all the way there. Doesn't affect the coach. Actually, does it affect the coach?
But
did we?
But like,
book-
yeah,
when we booked-
mine doesn't. Mine doesn't. So,
I
but
was
like
going
I
to say,
said,
did we
like
have
I
to
said,
pay less for the coach for not having something underneath? I don't think it makes a difference, does it?
No, I don't with mine. So,
Yeah.
But I can actually take a hot suitcase if I wanted to on the coach, but I haven't got one. But like I said, if you did get one, take one or whatever. With my stuff, when we come back, you just take it out. I'll put it in carrier bags and take it in the coach with me. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah. So basically, it's well, at the airport it would cost 60 quid, or if you did it online pre-airport price, it's 55. So not really a lot of difference.
Yeah, but yeah, so you can't see anything because, like Amy's saying here, 120 each way, $120 each way, which would probably be about, I don't know, 85, 90 quid. But yeah, no, it's definitely a lot cheaper than that. But I don't know
Well, yeah,
about.
but this is, I mean, this if this would be, this is if it was each way, this would be like 60 quid or 55 each way, which is not 120 each way. See, the 130 that I saw is for the additional of over 2 bags. So that's why I made it wrong. Yeah.
But would we still be able to? Well, it wouldn't really matter. I was going to say, would we still be able to take have a suitcase on board, a suitcase in the hold, and a backpack? Or
Yes.
would I just put a smaller suitcase?
Well, that's why I asked you first, because it says here, you basically got my allowance is basically well, they're calling it a handbag, but you know what you mean. You know, a rucksack with a cabin bag, yeah. And then it says extra baggage, first item of luggage, maximum 23 kilograms, £55.
Yeah, well,
if
now
I'd known that, I would have done that. Well,
I've said it out loud. It doesn't really make sense because, strictly speaking, if I'm going to be waiting for a bag anyway, and I'm checking a bag anyway, I don't want to then be like fiddling about with 2 bags in the. I'd rather just, because I won't need to get into the smaller suitcase. So it makes more sense for me to just put the smaller suitcase inside the bigger suitcase, and then I don't know. Is it even worth?
Well, then all you'd have to do is go on the plane with your rucksack.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it even worth taking the small suitcase? But then, of course, I don't know.
Well, yeah, because that is allowed. You can take that on. So on the way back, you will want to bring that in and put it over your head because you want to fill up your suitcase.
Yeah.
Yeah. So still bring your small one.
No, I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't. I think the point is that if we're only paying for one, we can both. We could put both in. Do you see what I mean? We could put both under, so then we won't have to take. I mean, you still would, obviously, with yours, but because we'd have the bigger suitcase. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, but the bigger suitcase, you might have filled up with stuff that you're bringing back with you.
Yeah,
so you still want your smaller one. That is free to take on the plane, mate. So still take your smaller one, but you can put it in the big one on the way there. Yeah, I mean that's fine. Oh, you off? I'll take care. Good time.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was talking about cases while you were there, mate. But thanks for pulling up anyway. We'll see you in a couple of days, mate.
Yeah. Check me out on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch. All under the same username, Oaktown Bricks, and also on my Oaktown Culture YouTube channel. Goodbye, everyone. Yeah.
Cheers,
well, have
mate.
a great rest of the live stream.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
Take care.
Yeah.
Travel safe. Take care.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Yeah. So basically, Martin, what you do is if you were taking a suitcase, right? You take your suitcase, you would either put your carry-on bag inside and check that in, and carry on with your rucksack, or you would just put the suitcase in and carry on with your carry-on and your rucksack, because you can still.
Oh yeah, because of course. Why am I thinking? Yeah, because we'd have to pay for two otherwise if I did it on the way back. Yeah, I see what you mean. I was just saying though. I was just saying though that if on the way back,
because if you didn't have your carry-on case, yeah, so you had all your clothes in your suitcase, you're then going to have less room to put things in there. So still
well, I'm
take
not
your
really.
carry-on.
Yeah, I guess so. Because obviously, I don't know what you're going to be getting. If we're splitting it, obviously it should be half each, and yeah, my half will be taken up immediately by what was in the other case. So yeah, you are right.
Yeah, that's what it means. But and it's free to take on the carry case, so you might as well take that on and put it over the head thing.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I was just thinking about coming back with the extra suitcase, but of course, once you've taken your stuff out, you can just throw it back in there, can't I? So I'm not really traveling. I'm not traveling back with an extra suitcase either. Really, I'm just still traveling back with one. It's just a bigger one. So, but yeah.
Yeah, you can. Once you take my stuff out, you can put your little smaller bag in there if it's. But then again, you might be bringing home more than me. I don't know.
No, I would have thought so, mate. Like I said, if anything, the only reason I'm taking it now on the way is because I'm a little bit worried I might not get everything in. But the majority of the stuff I'm taking that won't fit in the suitcase there is stuff I won't be bringing back.
Because I'm only going to be bringing in probably some smaller stuff, because I'll tell you now, after watching the stream the other day, there's no way am I getting that X-Wing. Everyone has jumped on the bandwagon about that.
Well, it also means if we're taking that out of the suitcase, if there was any liquids and stuff you wanted to take, I know it's a pain in the ass because I was looking at you've got to put it in a bag and you can only have so many liquids. Yeah. We just throw them all in there.
It got such a pain in the ass looking at that. I'm not taking. All I'm taking is some aerosol. That's it. I'm not taking any. I don't need aftershave. I'm not going out clubbing or anything.
Well, I was going to say, like I said, if you do want to take any of that stuff, I suppose you can now, because I mean, I don't want to go to the point where it's like, right, well, we got a big suitcase now, so let's fill it. But what I mean is that with the liquids and stuff, you ain't got to worry about. So you can just shove all that in there because it don't really make a difference. So they're not as called with the big suitcases they are with the smaller ones. So just lob everything in. Joel's, how's it going, mate? Joel's, I still keep calling him freaking Joel's. Joel, how's it going, mate? How is the 30 days of streaming, charity streaming going? I've watched a few, made sure I've commented and got into some of the ones I've watched, but I saw that the Space Invader one, which I put as a suggestion, has been pulled, but I haven't had a chance to watch the mock yet. So hopefully it's going well. And guys, go and check out Joel's Bricks on YouTube and on Instagram. But he's doing 30 days of mocks through June, where he spins a wheel. 30 of his friends have given ideas for mocks, and he's building a mock a day through June and raising money for Mind, which is a mental health charity in the UK. So go and check it out. Donate if you can. And subscribe to the channel because, this guy does probably the things I would love to do given the time, and just, really experiments with building techniques and does some vlogs. Many of those vlogs feature me because we bump into each other all the time. I think I've probably spent more time in person with Joel than any other friend in the YouTube community, at least at this point. So
so Amy's put you can get a carry-on suitcase and a backpack each, plus your suitcase that you would have checked in.
I appreciate that. I think I was never really worried about what I'm going to buy at Brickworld, but it will just open up that door. But I don't want to be in a situation where it's like, I've got a suitcase now, so now I can spend more at Brickworld because I'm still on, a relatively small budget in terms of buying.
The only thing I will say is that if you do that, and I'm very happy to obviously split that into, split it. Because I won't be paying so much on food now, then I might be able to buy a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Well, great idea, Joel, but I've already got on my clobber. I know I've left things to last minute, but not that last minute. All my clobber's ready to go, mate, and most of my t-shirts from the community, so therefore I couldn't leave them behind anyway. So
now, if I was going anywhere else, I would be doing that. I go to Primark and buy t-shirts and stuff, but all the t-shirts I'm taking have either been from ACOB, Brick Connection, yourself, and mine. So it's all.
Yeah, what are you building right now, Joel? Or can you say? because I know he's actually gone ahead and, you know, it's not live, so he's spun this wheel and built a few mocks in advance, so he's not under the pressure of trying to build one. Even though he has built one every day, he's done a few in advance. So he's like, at the moment, he's probably building ones that will be drawn in or will be viewed as drawn in 3 or 4 days' time. So, but yeah, so look, it's winding down a little bit now, guys.
Yeah.
Tonight was originally supposed to be quite a big stream. As you probably heard from Sean, we were originally going to go a little bit later and then hand off to them. I know Sean's had a lot going on, so, you know, doesn't really.
I thought we were starting at 8.
Yeah, no, I did say that last week. I obviously didn't. I forgot to tell you that it was changing, but I've had so many conversations over the last week with different people about different things and different plans that I completely kind of lost track of things. So I do apologize, but no, yeah. So originally we were going to do like a kind of bonanza. So I did kind of shorten it down a little bit. Reached out to some friends in the community, new and old, and to try and pop on. And most of them said they can kind of breeze in and out, as you've seen. I have had a few people reach out to me during the stream to say I'd like to pop on. I've sent out some links, but in some cases, I think most of these people are in the same boat as probably we should be, and busy kind of preparing things, finishing mocks, that kind of thing. So
I was going to say, if there's no more guests coming on, I'm probably going to sort of round it down back.
Yeah, well, I say that there's a host of guests who have said they're going to try and call on later if we're still going. But of course, and a few that have said they're going to come on and then can't, which again is fine. Like I said, it was never kind of, you know, anything was nailed down for today. Like Shy, for example, said, look, he's busy at the moment, but he'll call on through later on the stream. But of course, you know, I didn't say exactly how long we were going to go, so we're not going to keep things up just for that. But yeah, you know, Starfish Bricks by Wally, some of the icons we put across the screen, they were just all the people who reached out and said they'd like to pop on, but obviously none of them could confirm, unfortunately. So, but yeah, look, the link went out, lots of people answered, some people couldn't make it. It is what it is, but great to see that we had so many people popping on.
Yeah, it was nice to see Nick as well. It's really nice to see people I haven't met before. So
yeah, well, look, that was what the stream was supposed to be about. And trying to break down those barriers. I mean, I might have obviously spoken to these people or seen them a little bit more myself personally, but you know, there's never too much time you can spend with someone, particularly before you physically meet them. That kind of breaks down that barrier, and that was the reason I reached out to some different people, some new friends of the community for this stream, because I
thought BrickBay might be coming on tonight. But
yeah, she did. She's another one. She did say, look, she's not going to Brickworld, but she did say she'll try and pop on the stream. Jen said the same thing. Brick Rich, I just said to him, look, let me know when you can pop on. But of course, like I said, things change for people. So unfortunately, so
so we're gonna, like you said, try and do a stream next week. Yeah, like Thursday or Friday. Do you say, or Friday, Saturday?
Friday or Saturday? I don't know exactly. No,
it will be a short one, won't it? It won't be 4 hours or something.
What does he say? Hello there. How are you all going from Australia? Wait, that's an old comment, isn't it?
Where's that from?
Yeah. No, I've scrolled up for some reason. I keep doing that. I'm on day 12. I'm doing a book cafe. I'll send a pic on Insta. Okay, no worries.
Yeah, I did put that up.
But yeah, so yeah, there was sort of like a bunch of people who are. I wanted to get some new faces, especially people who go into Brickworld, because I think there's probably, from what I could gather, I mean, this isn't out of anybody's mouth particularly, but there's probably a few people going who are like ourselves, but maybe not connected to a wider community, or perhaps looking to sort of link up with some people when they're there, particularly people who perhaps haven't shown their face in the community before, so wouldn't necessarily be recognized. I mean, we're going to be kind of going around calling people out, but I know there's a few people, Papa Trip as an example, who I don't know what the guy looks like. So it'll be like, I ain't going to know it's him until he comes and grabs me by the arm and says, hi, how's it going? I'm Papa Trip. And it'll be like, hey, kind of thing. So I think it was trying to do a little bit of that maybe as well, play some service to the community for a few people who perhaps are going on their own, don't belong to a wider community, and would like to sort of link up, break down that barrier before meet some people.
Yeah,
but, I think we've done
Studs. He wanted to come on, but had some things happening, which is fine. hopefully I'll be able to stop in next time. But see you guys at Brickworld. So yeah,
Yeah,
see you.
Brickstuds. Like I said, I don't know whether I can put a face to the name. What I'll make sure I do beforehand is I'll just quickly flick through people's Instagram and stuff and see if I can see what
So
people
Ken's,
look like.
Ken's
Come and
asking,
give
are
us a
you
shout.
bringing full gear for the show or phone mics?
Well, I was gonna. Oh Christ, me! I tell you what, Ken's gonna be like the roadie for our show. The way things are going with the lifts and stuff. But okay, so I wasn't originally going to bring the Chromebook and mic. Kirsty suggested bringing it along. I mean, look, it's not the best piece of gear in the world, so it's kind of seems a bit redundant to bring, basic gear all that way just to do a show. I would like to because I'm more familiar with what I'm using, and of course, it means that I feel like I'm in a bit more control. However, Padawan I know is taking his laptop. Austiff was taking a mic, and they were both happy to kind of share it. However, because of the whole Sean situation, he's had to pull together a few things. So I think we're at the situation now where, like, I think Austiff kind of basically said it might be committed elsewhere, depending on how and when you're doing. We're quite flexible with it now because we haven't got that show schedule on the Sunday. So we could probably kind of, when are you not going? And then that's when we'll go kind of thing. We'll work that out when we get there. But I would like to not take my gear. And I did see, Ken, that you were taking some gear. So look, I don't know whether you're asking that out of curiosity or because you like to offer us to potentially borrow it or use it. And of course, obviously, you're welcome to host a stream with us. But look, if there's equipment that's going to be available, I'd like to have, in an ideal world, sort of 3 or 4 different options, just so that if we want to do whatever we want to do, we haven't got to be like beg, stealing, and borrowing or relying on other people or putting other people out, because I don't really want to be, I don't know these people well enough to be saying like, can I borrow this? And so if I can commit to that before the stream, I'd rather know. Sorry, commit to that before I fly. I'd rather know so that I can say, no, you know what? I'm taking a bigger suitcase now. I'm just going to pack the stuff. But I don't fancy his chances traveling, so we'll see. But we'll sort that out anyway, Ken, offline. It's not great viewing material, so
it's more about enjoy ourselves anyway, not worry too much about that.
We'll make it work. If the worst comes to the worst, I have to just do it through my phone with the mic on my phone and a little tripod. We'll make it work.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to bring as much gear as I can. You're welcome to use whatever you like.
Oh, Ken, what a legend. What a legend.
Oh, mate, you're making me hungry. See, that's the thing, because I can't eat much and stuff, but I'm still hungry. I'll tell you what I have been. I was nibbling on something earlier. I don't know. So is cream cheese. Cream cheese is okay. Cream cheese on crackers seems to be fine. So probably
do they have that kind of stuff up there?
I'm sure they will. Yeah, I'm sure they have. Yeah. Like I said, I'm just gonna have to just be careful and maybe unfortunately miss out on a few meals, but that's not going to stop me from going. So.
I haven't got the finished version in hand yet, but these are the cards going in the goodie bags.
Nice.
I want to kind of do one last show off of this stuff. We got the tiles courtesy of PNG Bricks and Bearded Brick Guild. Wait, no, that's the back of the card. Ignore that.
See, it's a shame that I didn't. I mean, obviously, I would have asked permission, but the little cube thing. But I didn't think about it because obviously it's still connected. It's a shame I didn't try and see if I could get that on one of my sleeves as well, but I didn't know how to do it, and I thought I would ask.
So basically, if you're making merch or a t-shirt or whatever to sell, as in like wholesale sell to people you don't know, like if you're selling them to a couple of friends or if you've got like a little business, different, you have to. I mean, I've only learned this from what Studlake has told me. Shout out to Studlake for the merch, but you have to reach out. You have to put your image files through like a kind of almost like a filter, what do you call it? Copyright filter, and it'll tell you whether this exists out there already, and this is kind of it comes under copyright. Is it kind of what do you call it? Intellectual property.
Right. And what's the cube?
And as long as it isn't, it can go through. So I originally put forward the one that George Britt made for us, which I used as the banner temporarily, and it's the banner on Instagram as well. With the characters on it, Luke, Han, and Enfys Nest. That one you've probably seen it, but that didn't, because obviously the lettering and the figure, so that wouldn't pass. But the ice cube is something I created myself.
Right. That's what I mean. I mean, and as I would have only had the 3 done anyway for you, me, and Matt, it probably wouldn't have mattered. But
no, like I said, you'd be able to use as much as you want, because obviously I'm not going to copyright strike it. I don't know now that they're on sale that means other people couldn't do the same thing, because I haven't copyrighted it, but it passes copyright, which means that at the time that it was printed, it was.
I just didn't think at the time, so.
But somebody potentially could kind of take that.
Every time I see this picture, I laugh now, because when I saw it, I thought it was a minifigure just like taken close up. I didn't realize it's a big bloody figure.
Still I got to get this bad boy back as well somehow. So
you definitely need it. Like I said, if you want to do it that way, mate, I'm quite happy to pay half, and then. But then you haven't got that slight just in case I do see something. Now you'd be able to bring it home.
No, you are right, mate. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's some things like I mean, it's not a lot, but things like my bag would be having things like the jelly babies in. Well, I won't be bringing them back. Certain things I won't be bringing back with me. So
did you pack jelly babies? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I bought some because I wasn't sure if you guys were actually still doing it.
I said jelly babies on, but if you want to bring some more, that's fine, because I've only bought like 3 big packs.
Well, Kirsty was saying to me about taking snacks and goodies for the trip and for the flight, and I'm like, look, I know that I'm going to be eating all sorts of crap while I'm out there, and the crap out there is more crap than our crap as it is.
Funny enough,
I'm going to try and avoid that. So if I'm going to take anything, it's going to be healthy snacks for on the bus and on the flight, and then obviously go bananas when I'm out there. So,
well, I'm actually going to probably buy some sour sweets as well, because according to the internet, it's good. The sour stuff's quite good for the esophagus.
Oh, really?
I thought it'd be the opposite way, but look, Amy, she still has an extra suitcase if you want it for the way home.
How are we going to get it back to you, though?
Yeah.
Brick Studs, I'm bringing a decent amount of camera gear with me if you need help with anything. Brick Studs, I appreciate that, mate. Like I said, you're going to have to pull my arm, because now you obviously know what I look like. Pull my arm, or Whittakee's arm, or Slurpy's arm, or any of us, and let us know who you are. And obviously, we appreciate any help. Looks like Ken's got us covered. But anything you can do to help. It's nice to have people there in the wings, and I really appreciate the support going out in the chat, because obviously anything could happen, anything could fall through. So we'll work something out, and the community is
want it back.
Squashies. Not taking squashies, mate, because I just don't like them myself. But
no, I don't like squashies either.
It is a good shout.
Yeah, but I do like the sour ones with but not squashies. No. Because they similar to drumsticks. Oh, never like those.
Yeah, no, it's just you spend more time picking out your teeth. I mean, I could feel my teeth leaving my body as I was eating that thing. So, but
so very just sort of funny enough. Just going back to Lego.
Just want to address this. Ken, did you actually? So I'm guessing you've got one of these T-shirts, which is I love to see, mate. So extra special gift going out to you. Anybody wearing Cool Han gear out there, an extra special gift is coming your way. I just haven't finished making them yet. But yeah, sorry. Go ahead, mate. Sorry.
No, I was just going to very quickly, obviously because it's about Lego, and I was just you don't have to go all into it. But I just wondered, of all the leaks and that have came out the other day with Star Wars, was there anything that actually caught your eye or not?
Yeah, I like pretty much all of it, mate. But it'll be next year's May the 4th at this rate, because saving for the wedding, Brickworld is going to destroy me. And, then you'll have Christmas. So it'll be May next year now with discounts.
So all of it. I must admit, I'm not too keen on the Ewok, and I won't be buying the Snow Speeder. in fact, well, I'm sort of changing the way that I buy things anyway. I tend to be buying sort of the bigger things now, to be honest. Because when I come back, obviously, like I said, still got a few months, but I want to get the Razor Crest, but non-Star Wars. And at the moment, I could actually go and get it now because I've got enough bloody money. Is the I want the Dungeons and Dragons set. It's $250 at the moment in Argos. If it's still that price when I come back, I might go and get it because it's normally free something. But I will say in a couple of weeks' time, if you don't mind, even if it's just 15 minutes, or in August when it comes out, I wouldn't mind talking a little bit about the One Piece sets because I think they look really, especially two of them, they just look awesome, and I enjoy the show. So I never thought I'd go for another theme, but it looks like hot date. I might be interested in starting to get another theme.
Yeah, in fairness,
I mean, obviously, I get Lord of the Rings, but they're not really a theme yet, is it? It's just they keep chucking one out every so often. So
I like the look of the sets in terms of like what they've done with the Lego pieces, but of course it doesn't mean anything to me because I've never sort of seen it or read the original comics or anything like that. So I've
not watched I've watched a couple of the anime just to see the difference to the live action, but I'm actually. Well, on the last episode again of it, I've rewatched it again because it's my sort of thing. It's just fun. It's silly. It's stupid. It's and what I have heard from a lot of people that are quite big fans of the actual anime that they've said that it's actually that the live action is not bad. It's not normally people complain, don't they, and say so. But the comics and that, there's like about 100, there's over 100 or something. It's massive. It's been going on for but yeah.
Oh, we got another guest just as we were about to wind down.
Oh my gosh!
It rolls.
Jeez, I was about to say, how long was that going to take? That's all good.
Yeah, I'm sorry, mate. I just hadn't scrolled down to see you waiting.
Normally, because we've got all your images on there.
I was there for all of that. It's all good. How's it going, guys?
Good evening, Shy. I was watching you today as well.
Oh, sweet. How you guys doing?
Watching
good,
your stoops, sitting on a stoop. Yeah.
Awesome.
I won't say which one because I don't want to cause any controversy. But...
Whatever. I'm glad you're watching it.
Yeah, I haven't. I started listening on part because it's perfect to watch. I don't know whether it must be your voice or what, but I started listening to it when I cycle because I cycle about 3 miles to work every day and back, and it was just perfect for that because you kind of listen to music when you're cycling to work, and it just kind of gets you pumped, and then you find you get to work, and it's kind of a bit like all that energy for nothing. But listening to that, it just gets you in the right mindset. So I really enjoyed it. I mean, I've always enjoyed your style anyway, but
appreciate it.
Catching up. I think I only got to about episode 4 or 5, I believe. But,
wow, you're going from the beginning. Oh, snaps! All right.
I started from the beginning. No, it wasn't that long ago, but I think I'm trying. I think is it.
You're in Austin right now.
The Australian girl. What's her name?
Holly or
Holly?
Katie?
Holly.
Is it Katie? I have 2 Australian girls.
Holly on film.
Okay.
So Holly on film. I think I finished her episode. Is there a guy called like Spaghetti or something like that?
Spaghetti? No. There's Brent's episode 1, Holly's 2, then it should be Panfred Noodle. I'm assuming that's him.
Noodles. That's
it. Noodle. Spaghetti Noodle.
That one's from the heart. If you listen to that one, I disclose a lot about me personally, so you'll get a little bit of insight.
We'll have to go back and watch that one.
Yeah, listen to that one, and then if you want, go from that episode and then go straight to London, Greg's episode, London Calling.
Yes, I've listened to that one as well because he was talking about applying for LAN.
Mm-hmm.
I think he said he applied like 4 times. At least to the point when you guys were chatting about it. So, and I think it was round about the time. Must have been round about the time that you. No, I don't think you had been accepted yourself at that point because I think you were both talking about your applications and stuff like that.
Yeah, I wasn't accepted yet at that when I dropped that episode.
So that was quite interesting because obviously I think at the point I was listening to you had, and it was like,
Yeah.
that's kind of foresight. But no, and obviously congrats on that, by the way. I know it's old news now, but
Still, I'll take it.
yeah, absolutely, mate.
Yeah. But I'm glad you're
and
enjoying it. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm working on the Sean one right now. I've been kind of busy doing other things. I'm supposed to finish that by the end of today, but we'll see if I actually do. But it'll be ready for your travels on the way over here. So hopefully you get to tune into that one to kind of pump you up for Chicago.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
I mean, I made the episodes not necessarily like in chronological order. It's just whatever's going on at that time. So listen to whatever ones you want to listen to and skip the ones you don't and go back to whenever you want to rewatch it. I appreciate it either way. So thank you.
Yeah, it's definitely something about the voice, mate.
Yeah.
Like, obviously where I'm from, my voice, I've got like, kind of some subterranean burr to my accent. So it's not the best to listen to. But yeah, mate,
it's fine.
It's very smooth, like, it's that Cali style, like. So I appreciate it. But
there it is.
So Brickworld,
bedtime story.
I'm assuming you're going, right?
I'll be there on Wednesday. Yeah. I'm always team early. I'm always there team Tuesday, like Tuesday morning until past Sunday evening. But this year I have to cut it short.
Right. Okay.
And this is your fifth one, is it? Is it your fifth one?
2, 3, 4, 5. No, it'll be my fourth.
Fourth.
Yeah. Since it reopened.
Taking a mock as well, right?
Not this year. Normally I do, but this year I'm not, just because I have to cut it short because I'm leaving early. You have to display, like, the rule is you have to keep it up until close until the end of public day Sunday. They don't allow you to cut it, or I mean, I've seen people do it, but you have to keep it up. And usually when you see that, when you see them stay up till right when 3 o'clock hits PM and everything's shut down, everyone's just like scrambling to get out of there. But yeah, since I'm leaving Sunday morning at like 5 a.m., I can't display, so I just one less stress. For me.
It says you can't. You've got to keep them up, haven't you, till the end? So
keep them up.
Yeah,
which is fine. I'm good with it. There's gonna be so many good mocks you're gonna see. I mean, I know you guys were talking about it earlier, but like there hasn't been one so far the past 3 years, and then obviously this 4th year. I've never seen every single mock. Like I've never been able to do it. Yeah, it's just so much in there. I mean, I'm sure you could do it, but you're going to be spending so much time doing it because and to also appreciate the mock. There's there's a difference between walking by, scanning it all, and then sitting and like looking at every single cool thing about every mock. That's nearly impossible, especially if you're trying to do everything at the convention. There's just so much going on.
And I think probably is from the point of view of a mock builder, you are looking at and there's an interaction probably there. Now, like I've tried to chat with mock builders at the events that I volunteer for, which is on a much smaller scale than Brickworld, granted. But when I've chatted to these guys, they start kind of, you can see they just kind of, they love to talk to people about their mocks, obviously. And of course, they're used to speaking to like kids who are asking them basic questions like, how many bricks is it or whatever. And then that scales up to like parents saying, how long did it take? And then right through everything in between there and other mock builders talking about like, techniques and whatever. But I'm kind of I got the appreciation and the knowledge of Lego, but not so much of the mock sort of situation. But I'm just not schooled enough to hold a conversation. So I start talking about it and I show that I've got a bit of knowledge of Lego. And then they just go deep dive. And I'm just like, right, everything you're saying is going over my head now. And it gets awkward where I have to kind of just, I got to go back to work now. Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, I think I'm probably in that, I wouldn't say it's a sweet spot, but I'm in that spot where I can go and I can appreciate a Lego set, but I don't have to kind of spend any time with it. But you do see these mock guys when they get there early, just kind of literally bending each other's ears about different things. And it's like, I want to be in that conversation, but no clue. But
speaking of conversation and because I can see you doing that, like trying to like speak to them and whatever they say to you, it's regardless of the fact, the having time to converse with people is probably going to be very difficult. Just because there's so many people there. So like, I know you're going to want to hang out and talk to all the homies and all kind of stuff like that. And you're going to do so. And there's going to be a lot of downtime to be able to do that. But there's just so many people there that like, you're going to have figure out a way to cut a conversation and move on.
Yeah.
Just so that we can continue going. Otherwise, you'll be stuck in a conversation for like 20 minutes and then you kind of miss what you're trying to get to. So just prepare for that.
Mate, you get caught in the conversation with Martin, you'll be there for hours.
Yeah. I can talk glass eyeball to sleep. But no, it's yeah, like I said, I'm quite overwhelmed just by the idea of it. And like I said, I don't have any problem communicating, connecting with people. But I think it's not so much the connecting with people, it's the fact that it, like I said before earlier in the stream, it's being on like unfamiliar ground, unfamiliar country, lots of people who might know faces, other people who I might not. And I know there's going to be people, without it sounding like I'm blowing my own trumpet, there's going to be people who are in the chat right now who I've never seen their face, but they know who we are. And obviously I'd want to spend time chatting with them too. So, that whole thing is quite overwhelming, but lots of people have said the same thing as you is, that you just got to accept the fact that you may have to just be like a handshake and move on and obviously try to stay as humble as possible with the whole thing. So
you guys will be fine. I promise you guys will be all right. It sounds daunting now, but when are you guys showing up?
Tuesday.
Oh, so yeah, it's Tuesday. When you come in Tuesday, it's very calm. There's no storm yet. It's so you'll be able to acclimate a little bit easier. Just because there'll be a number of people there, but there's not gonna be a ton of people there. So they'll kind of give you the lay of the land, and you can kind of just like getting ready to hop it up. And then if you already conversed with all these people in front of you, you're not trying to deep dive with all of them, but you're trying to hang out with them. But then you can save that amount of time as people start to trickle in, so you're not like overwhelmed. Like if you were to show up on a Friday trying to say hi to everybody, that's not gonna happen. So
I think that's why we wanted to go in on the Tuesday, because also in case we're a bit tired from the trip, or whatever, and then like at least Tuesday you can just chill out a little bit. And then Wednesday go straight into it, sort of thing. So
so people are gonna be trickling in. Obviously, there's people there right now, but like they'll start trickling in until Saturday. So you'll have enough time to converse with people that you want to speak to. So I don't want to scare you that way, but I think you guys will be all right. Just get there safely. And then
Martin, this time next week we'll be coming home.
Oh, don't start.
Sad trip. Yeah, leaving is gonna be sad. You could Irish goodbye and not say bye to anybody, and save yourself the heartbreak, or you could slowly start saying bye to people you see on the way out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The other thing I was going to ask, now I'm popping on a show called Brick Together, Click Together. Probably know Keith on Instagram. So I'm appearing on his show on Tuesday. Well, the one thing I didn't actually think to ask him is where he's doing it. I know last year you did an episode. You did an episode of the show from, was it your room or a room?
Yeah. Well, because I have so much equipment. It's not like an easy thing I can move around. It's mobile, but it's like 3 cameras, 2 lightings, like a soundboard, a bunch of wiring, lights. So I just do it in my room, and it's easier. Like I've been offered to do it in a set space out in the public, but that's a lot of money to kind of just leave out and about. So
okay, that's what I was going to ask. Actually, that was the Greg one, right? Right. Yeah, that's right. So I was just going to ask. Well, you obviously answered the question already. I was going to ask what you suggest, because we've got a couple of things lined up. Nothing, too extravagant, but in terms of like trying to do a show of some kind, or even a one-on-one of some kind, would you recommend, the room, or would you recommend just trying to find a quiet space? What do you think?
That is up to you. It comes down to like, what do you want it to sound like? I like mine to be intimate because it's a very personal conversation, like in itself. And if there's people around you, you're going to censor yourself a lot. So that's the reason why I want it in an enclosed position where you feel like you're safe in whatever you say, because I obviously can have the ability to edit out. Now, if I wanted the specific episode to feel like I'm at Brickworld, like to feel the crowd and the energy that this is where I'm at, then I'd do it out in the public, regardless of how much my stuff was. So in the end, it just comes down to like, what do you want the show to feel like? Do you want to feel like you're back home, like what we're doing now? Then that might be better to do it in a room. Or do you want to feel like I'm at Brickworld, this is what's going on, and then like, because every now and then you can flip the camera around and you can see people walking by, so it really just depends. I've done both. I've done shows that for other people's podcasts, like out on the floor, and it's cool. You can kind of feel like the energy, but you also have the stage that Brickworld has now, thanks to Sean, where you can just plop, do your thing, and take everything out. So it
Oh,
really
wait, so
just
that's a space that other people can use. That's not just
everybody can use it. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it'll be set up. Sean, no, we're all trying to figure this part out, helping him get all the gear he needs. But if you know, if that's not even there, if you have your own equipment, you could just set it up, do your show, tear it down, leave it for somebody else. So
okay.
yeah. You'll have that opportunity. I think a lot of the shows like London Calling did it there. A lot of live streams did it there. You'll have the Brickworld backdrop. You're safe. Yeah, there's you're on top of a stage, on top of like behind the table. So there is a distance barrier from people walking by if you're doing during the public day or the private days. So if you want it to be a little bit more quiet, then I would recommend doing what you're doing earlier in the week or when later when people are out and about instead of being in the convention hall. If you want it to be loud, then do it midday. So just in the end, to answer your original question, it's what do you want the product to sound like or look like?
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, is the show like we're at Brickworld, blah 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 blah. If that's the case, I'd say do it on the floor.
Yeah, I think probably that makes sense. I mean, with the show, that was probably always going to be the case. I was just concerned, like logistically, more than anything else, rather than environment. But that's a good point because I hadn't really thought about that. But with some of these little side things we're going to do, like this kind of UK versus US sort of food thing that people have been kind of asking for, we've decided to acquiesce to that. But I mean, that could be something we could possibly do in a room or to the side or somewhere quiet, because
wherever you want to do it. Yeah.
That's going to be more about people's feedback and all the rest of it. But no, it's good tips. I mean, like I said, it's hard to kind of visualize what you want to do, and obviously, like you said, you're familiar with your own room and your own territory. But of course, you're going on tour, you don't know what you're going to expect. So, but so you got a lot of equipment to bring.
Before you get into that question, I will forewarn you, if you do a live stream during the public days, it's going to be hard to catch signal and Wi-Fi because there's so many people there that you might see this as normal, but your viewers are going to be glitching out, and it's going to be very not so pleasant experience for the chat. So just warn you.
Well, that's kind of where I was kind of leading to next, because I was going to say about the whole equipment thing and like kind of what's the quality going to be like. But that makes sense to us because we normally do our show Sunday, and I was going to try and line it up with Sunday, but one of the hosts has to leave quite early to head on somewhere else. So we're going to I was thinking about going Saturday, but now you've said that, I think probably maybe we'll try and schedule it for some Friday somewhere. But we can work that out. I don't always do things with less than a couple of days planning. So but
get the feel of the land. Like on Tuesday, Wednesday, make that decision, be like, look at where you're at, and then be like, oh, because there are probably going to be things during the weekend where like, I'd rather just do that.
Yeah.
After seeing the schedule come through on my phone, I'm thinking, what time are we going to have to do this? Because there's so much going on.
There's so much. Wow. You're going to miss stuff. It is what it is.
I might just come and say hello and then go.
You got all that stuff to bring, Shy, but I'm guessing you're not flying with all that stuff, right?
Yeah, I fly with all of it. Yeah.
Really? Wow. We were just trying to debate whether to get an extra suitcase, but Christ knows how. So you got to declare all that stuff, right? Or just domestically, it probably wouldn't be the same, would it?
I'm with United, so I get 2 free check-in bags. So no, I don't work for them, but I'm a part of the program. So like I'm a member, so I get 2 free check-in bags. Normally I'll get flights that way. I only have to pay $35 for a checked-in bag. But so I have this giant Pelican case. It's an oversized Pelican case that has all my equipment that I would need. So that gets checked in, and then I also have another large check-in bag with my clothes and like extra or empty space for an extra bag in case I want to buy stuff or not. And then what comes with me is a carry-on backpack and a smaller Pelican case that has my mixer. So the backpack has all the cameras and like the really expensive stuff and the microphone. So just in case I lose that giant Pelican case with all the gear, I can technically still function with what's on my back, and what I'm taking with me on the plane, and that's the most expensive part is what I'm carrying on me. But yeah, it's a lot of equipment, it's a lot of movement, but it is mobile.
Wow. Christ.
That's why I also don't like putting it on the floor, because it's like I have 3 DSLR cameras and that's a lot of money.
Wow.
Just by itself, plus the mixer. So that's like $6,000 on its
And
own.
there's not like a huge fuss for you to take that on a flight, you know, or I mean, they kind of, I guess they
just check it in. It's oversized. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. No, I mean, I'm talking about the mixer now. So you're taking the mixer in your hand.
Oh, no, I guess I have a 50% chance they're going to open up that case and look at it. It happens all the time. I just expect it. The cameras you don't really mess with, but the mixer, they want to open it and see what it is. And then when they pop it open, they're like, "Oh, you do podcasts." I'm like, "Yes." And they're like, "We just have to swipe it." So just swipe it and call it a day, and they move on. But what used to stop me before was when I had to like carry on with a bunch of minifigures in it or Lego pieces, because that looks kind of funky and it looks like suspect. So they'll always open it for that. But lately, I remember one time I had when I brought my Black Falcon Army with me, I had a whole carry-on with the entire army with it, because that's like $11,000 on its own. So that's on me. I'm not losing that, been checking that in. So they didn't care about that at all. I'm like, okay, you're not gonna check that, but they wanted to open the mixer because that looks like electronic explosive. So they want to see that.
Yeah.
I just expect it. That's all it is.
When you mentioned the minifigures, actually, shout out to my mum. She was like, you know, make sure you're not taking too much Lego with you. And I said, well, I don't plan to take a lot, but I've got, and I was showing her the kind of, you know, the minifig sort of goodies I was kind of giveaways I was going to take with me. And she was like, well, you're probably too young to remember it, but the last time you took Lego on a flight, we had some trouble. And I was like, when was that? Well, apparently during the Cold War, when before the Berlin Wall came down and we crossed over to Germany. So this would have been mid-80s. I had like Lego figures and some Star Wars action figures in one of my bags, and they kind of put it through the scanner. And apparently at that time, the technology was completely different. It showed up like really ominous, and they had to kind of unpack it and take it all out and kind of question my mum about. It was just like, look, we're not going, you know, you wouldn't take that kind of stuff usually on a holiday, but we were going to stay with my uncle who was stationed out there in the army. And it was like, you know, we were going to be out there for Christmas for a couple of weeks. And it was just like, yeah, you got to keep the kids quiet, because it was like winter in Germany. Winter in Germany in the 80s was bleak.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything exciting for us to do as kids. So my parents were like, look, we're taking them to Germany in winter. There's a Cold War happening. There's a Berlin Wall. There's a wall up. You know, there's a lot going on. These kids have got nothing to entertain them, so we've got to take as many toys as we can. And I was like, I've forgotten all about that kind of thing, but yeah. So there's that story, guys. Showing my age now, but
I just thought of something now that Shai's here. He's one of the competition I have for the X-Wing.
I'm sure
it's
do you know when
it's gonna come to how much you're willing to drop for it.
Yeah, you'll beat me. I've given up now. I think it's like what Sean said. Like people were jumping on the bandwagon. I must admit, I've been wanting that since I started 2022.
Mate, you should at least try parting it out and see what the cost is like. I'm not saying
I'm going to be able to. Some of these guys, no, I'm not going to have enough money for some of these guys. So no.
No, I'm saying you should just try at least parting it out. Do you want me to run it through the brick link and see what it'll be like to part out? I bet it'd be a lot cheaper.
Yeah, but I wanted the actual, you know, the box, the figures, you know.
I know that. I'm saying as a you know,
maybe, but it seems like a lot of people now want that X-wing.
A mate of mine,
I said the other day, I went no.
A mate of mine I bumped into was looking for the what's the Sith Fury class interceptor with Darth Malgus in. And he was looking for one. I think they had one for sale at the Brick Convention I was volunteering at, and it was like 500 quid boxed. And I said, you should try it on Bricklink. And he's like, well, I'm not even that bothered about the figures. I just like the ship. And I was like, mate, check it out.
Yeah.
I ran it through Bricklink, right? There and then on my phone. And it came up as like £37. And I was like, look, mate, look at these pieces. And I scrolled through the pieces. And I said, you could probably buy most of those here. In fact, if I went home now and went through my parts pieces, and my parts collection is probably nothing compared to some people, but I got a decent sort of collection. I said I could probably knock half of that off myself, and you can have it for nothing, because it's like, you know, they're just random pieces. And he's like, oh, okay, there's a couple of stickers in there, but I don't think you'd really miss them. There's maybe like 2 or 3 small stickers. I said, mate, honestly, do it. And I think,
I mean,
you know, last
I
I
see your
checked,
point, but with the Christmas X-Wing, I don't know. I just would like
yeah, that one will be different. But
because you can take it apart every year, put it in the box, can't you, and all that. And
Yeah, because it has a different box. So the reason why I want the X-wing, if you remember the episode on episode 3 of Sitting on a Soup, or if anybody watches it, you'll know why I want that X-wing. I both hate and want that set at the same time because I was
you hate it, pass it over to me. But
well,
if you
no.
love
The
it-
reason why I hate it is because I was supposed to get one while I was working for Lego, and then they
Oh,
terminated
right.
me. And then they gave my staff wanted to give me the set, and the people way up there were like, no, and they just gave it to a temp that was there for like a few weeks. So every time I saw that set out and about, it just reminded me of how like Lego did me dirty. And now that I'm finally like I got my redemption being in LAN, like I kind of want that set. So like I've been trying to find it for a decent price, but I just accepted. I now accept the fact that it's going to be a pretty penny.
Yeah,
But,
it's going to be.
so
To be honest with you, I think I'm going to
Yeah.
let it go. But as long as I probably like the other one I want is that I get it mixed up. Is it Bespin Duel or is it Duel and Bespin?
Oh, Duel on Bestman?
Yeah,
Bestman Duel. I mean, I think it said. Yeah, I don't even remember.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind picking that one up.
Mhm.
But
Let's go
thinking
for
about it now, if I end up getting a suitcase or whatever, I might
Mhm.
have to go back to the old thing that I was thinking of getting, but I was kept saying no because I keep thinking they were going to bring a new one out, and that's the Ewok Village.
Oh,
But it's a big
Oh,
box,
that,
isn't it?
that was a good one. Yeah.
It's a big box, so maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I
I
don't
would've-
care. Thing is,
There it
that's
is.
the one, Martin. Yeah, but you
Oh,
keep
how
showing
much-
me that.
Saran wrap. Look at that.
The thing is, to be honest with you, Shiloh, I buy to build. So if at the end of the day, if I have to take it out of the box, fold the box up, fine, because I don't buy to I
Yeah,
buy
yeah,
to
yeah.
build.
No,
So,
yeah. The X-wing, I'd still break open no matter how
yeah.
much. It
Oh God,
costs.
yeah. That'll be up at Christmas for me but I think I don't think I'm one. There's quite a lot of other people that want it, and two, I think the price, it's probably
Yeah,
going to be.
it's going to come down. That person's definitely whoever has it already knows people are going to want it, and he's not going to be able to be haggled down. So it really just comes down to who has the cash and how much you're willing to drop.
I mean,
for
I think Sean got a good deal, didn't he, a couple of years ago?
$600. Yeah, he got it for $600. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen it as cheap as $250 like immediately come out. But now if you just scour through the internet, it's not dropping below a G. So
And I think it's becoming
it's kind of hard to come by at this point.
Yeah, I
so
think
it
that's-
is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll tell you what,
I've accepted the fact not getting it.
You can have it.
but-
There you go.
I appreciate you. That's one down. There's another 8 more to come.
Yeah, there you go. This is one down. You're getting closer to it.
No, but I am getting more hyped up as it goes. I had a lot of stuff on my plate before Chicago, so I'm slowly knocking them out. And as my checklist is starting to diminish and my prep work is starting to amp up for Chicago, I'm getting more excited for it. So I'm excited to see you all there.
Yeah,
See,
100%.
so I'm one
mate,
of
same.
these few people that I actually really like the dioramas, so that's why I want that. During
Yeah, Dylan Bestman. Yeah, it's a good set. I like it.
diorama, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it.
Wasn't it
I think I
originally a
had it
Comic Con thing though? Or
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that was celebration.
yeah, but yeah. So yeah, if I
2002.
bring that home, I'll be okay.
2002. I'm on about.
All I know is that
2000.
half my second suitcase that I've already packed that I'm checking in is 2/3 empty.
Wow.
So I'm good. I already know what to do.
I'm just seeing what this X-wing, the cost of this X-wing is parted out. Just out of curiosity, for my own peace of mind.
Should be like 8 or 7 last I checked. 100 US. Because of the minifigure. That minifigure is hard to come by.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you was just like the build though, yeah, or
No, I have included the figs because you can always,
yeah.
you can always kind of jet them out of the listings once it lands. But
Where you see?
Wait, well, that can't be right.
How much is it?
£101.38.
Nice.
No, I haven't. I can't have done that right. Wait
That's
a
not
sec.
including the figures, surely, because the figures
There's
are
no
going like
big-
about 200-300 quid each, aren't they, or something like that?
Yeah. The
280
figure.
283 parts. Is that right? Does that sound right? 283? That seems low.
No, that doesn't sound right.
No, I've made a
That's
mistake.
way more. That's got to be like a 1,000 piece set.
And at the end of the day, at least I'll get some kind of Christmas set at the end of this year. So
yeah,
I think it's the ASAT in it or 8080? Rumored. Don't know. Shouldn't be asking you that.
Submit for edit there. I must have done something wrong there. I don't know what's happened there. That I was going to say 101. I'll be buying one of them because that included the minifigs as well. So
Is that including the box and the instructions and the stickers?
No,
Wait,
no.
Is that from AliExpress?
Yeah. Let me try it. I'm gonna go on mine. I'm gonna try mine. Part it out. How much is it gonna cost?
Why is it? Oh, okay. No, I don't know what I've done there. Some reason, yeah, it's like 1,025 parts. For some reason, only added 283 to the
list.
I've never done that before. Okay, so view. No, it's only added. What the hell's going on there? I must be doing something wrong. I'll check it again properly later. But I've obviously clicked something I haven't.
Yeah, the cheapest one here in the US is about $1,250, but it's not the cheapest around the world. But now that we have the tariffs going on, it's kind of I don't want them to bust it open in customs.
Yeah.
But
Are you looking for a sealed one though, or do you not, Matt? Do you not mind?
What was that?
Are you looking for a sealed one or?
Oh, I want it sealed. I want it brand new. Yeah, this set I want brand new. Normally for a retired set, I don't care if it's new or not, but this one specifically because of the meaning behind it, I want it brand new.
Yeah.
As if I were to have been given it.
I think if there was one I could afford it, I'd still be happy with a second-hand one. But
Yeah,
that's still
But there's a threshold that I'm not willing to go above over there. But since I know there's a lot of other people getting for it, I suspect me not getting it. Unless someone's selling it for like dumb cheap. Which can happen. I've seen it happen. So you're gonna see some cool things at the garage sale. Hopefully you guys get in earlier rather than later. How that works.
Yeah, my wanted list is relatively small. So I'm looking for. I can never remember the friggin'. I need to write it down. So it was the battle pack that came with the solo wave.
The little sort of speeder bike thing in it, or the not speeder bike, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I've got it on my phone here somewhere. But
Nice little battle pack, actually.
I got the entire solo wave, but except for the battle pack, because for whatever reason I decided to leave that last because I knew it'd be the easiest one to get hold of, and then of course I couldn't find it anywhere. So I left it. I think it's only about 35 quid now. It's not particularly expensive, but you know, I just want like the idea of being able to finish that wave at Brickworld. But yeah. But no, look, we are coming up on 4 hours, and you know, we have tried to close this a couple of times actually. But
my bad, I'm sorry.
No, Shai came in and swooped in, and look, we were just talking a little bit because there was quite a few people who put their names down to kind of try and pop in, and either their situation changed, and then we had a couple of people who couldn't, and then their situation changed, so we had quite a few people fly in, and it was great because look, this episode is unlike our usual episodes. Was just about, you know, revolving door, keep the juices flowing for Brickworld, and obviously finish up the hype streams that we've been doing over the last 5 weeks. But we had Brickworld, we had Mark on, we had Sean on, and I don't want to kind of try and name everybody, but all the lads over there, including Padawan from UK, already causing chaos. And of course, everybody in the chat as well who showed up for us, really appreciate it. I mean, look, the chat is always popping, considering the fact that we're a relatively small channel and relatively new, but the chat is always
What could
really
be wrong? Is this the first time you've been on here, Shai?
No.
Oh, was I not?
For like a hangout, I think I've been on here before, but not at your proper. Like,
yeah, look, and that's what I was just about to say is that we'll have to try and get you back on for a guest spot.
Yeah.
At some point in the future. And I appreciate you coming on. I know Slurpy would be gutted that he missed you.
My bad. I was trying to get home. quickly.
But look, mate, I appreciate you coming through, and yeah, we'll have to. Are you doing any kind of exchange? I know you brought some like of what's classed as probably the coolest minifigs ever a couple of years back, which probably cost you, more than my entire stack of things per
25 per. That's how much it costs.
Wow, really?
Yeah, per figure, yeah. But I'll have it. I think I'll have enough bricks to hand out. As far as minifigures, it's whoever I see first.
Yeah. Hey, look, we weren't trying.
Can I ask a favor, Shai, please?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you know, but obviously the A Club, they did a box of Boyz, yeah, from the and every month I do a different box of Boyz, a box of girls, box of droids, box of Mandos. While I'm there, I'm trying to do a box of sig figs. But I was just wondering if there's any chance I could borrow it for literally 5 minutes.
You could have one. Just get to me quickly.
Okay, I wasn't trying to.
It's fine. I don't want you to borrow one. Why would I do that? Just gonna have one. Just get to me fast. Otherwise, because I don't remember. I don't have a tab in my head. So if, I'll run. I usually run out of sig figs like by Wednesday or by Thursday. So.
Right, so if I see you at the same time I see the X-Wing,
I'm sure you'll see me. I think you'll see me like Wednesday or Thursday. You'll see me there. So I think that's
thank you. I wasn't aiming for you to get
No worries, I'll give it to you both. I don't mind. I'm not gonna promise it only because if I get swamped right away, but just get to me quickly.
I have been told it's one of the best sig figs ever.
Yeah,
it's an expensive one. Thank you. So I can only afford so much every year, so they go quickly.
Yeah, I think I was speaking to Greg about his sig fig, and he was saying his worked out about 10 quid each, and I was like, Jesus. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think probably the value in what I'm putting together is, I wouldn't say is up there, but it's probably a bit more than I expected to pay, especially chucking in these tiles that I've thrown up now, because I'm quite proud of these, even though I haven't got them in hand yet. Another shout out to BBG Forge and
Cody.
Yeah, and for PNG for hooking me up. But each of the figs is going to come with one of these guys, and there is 40, nice. So it's limited. I dare say mine are probably going to last a little bit longer than Shai's because they're not as in demand, but they will be there, guys, and we'll sort something out. But
Bum rush. Dad, get rid of all of it in like a second.
UK pump rush. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
But no,
I want to give away as much as I can. Like I did think to like just offer it for Cody of BBG Forge because he's the one that makes mine. Like, dude, just put it up there for people to buy, and if they want it, I don't want to make any money off of it. Just whatever it costs to make, just send it to them. So, I don't know if I'm still going to do that, but I try to get them all to hand out. But I'm excited to see yours.
Yeah, man. Well, you can have a sneak peek now. It's not particularly exciting looking because.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's a 501st. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So the mixed armor. So this armor, legs and torso don't actually appear together on any fig. So I just thought I'd make it a little bit unusual at least there. But I'm only Star Wars Lego, see, so it kind of made sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Cheap. No judgment made.
But the ginger beard and the glasses, obviously. Yes. Although my beard isn't quite as big as it is there, so I kind of like,
it still works. And luckily you chose a torso.
Because I ain't got any sort of outstanding features to make a figure. Mine would just look a boring city bloke.
But yeah, so we got the Cool Han stickers in there. We're gonna have some cards in there, and then of course we'll also be handing out the you can't really see one in there, there's not one facing forward. But we got the blockheads as well. Our kind of pseudo mascot for the show. So we'll be checking some of them out. I think the idea is with those blockheads is that I want to kind of get people to put them on their sig figs and take some photos. But yeah, so lots of exciting stuff for the guys in the chat who are going to be going along. And I call apologies to those people who have been watching these streams and watching the hype but can't go. Feel bad for you guys, but of course we'll obviously try to look after you with content between myself and obviously the rest of the content creators, if you want to call them that, out there. But yeah, look,
I'll be enjoying myself too much.
Yeah, that'll be my responsibility. But no, look, guys, appreciate you all, appreciate everybody who slid through, and obviously to have Shai on the show to close it out was an absolute honor. So
honor is mine. Thank
you.
It was a shock, to be honest. I was like, whoa.
safe journeys to everybody going. Enjoy the shows for everybody not going, and we'll see you out there. And
yeah, because it's about a day and a bit. I'll be
yeah.
Well, this time tomorrow night, I'll be like, I mean, I'm bleeding in my 50s, but I'll be so excited that I got to get up in like 5 hours and I won't get to sleep.
Yeah, I still got all the packing to do yet, so that I got a busy day ahead of me tomorrow. But let's play you out, guys.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Rock your head to these beats like you were surfing. A Lego chat show to which we welcome all, talking shit.
I gotta do the
we all love Star Wars.
Gotta do that. Yeah, Ken, I'll reach out to Ken on
Random topics, leaks, takes like psychotropics, lane breakers, and
gotta show
the
it
latest
before we go.
gossip. What's your wish list? What's it gonna take to cop? Let's do a roll call of our illustrious host, hailing stateside in UK, coast to
Stay
coast.
fresh, bag.
Done shuffles in, packing the cake. All stiff for Austiff while he making it shake. Maulsvengeance here to send us back to 99. Oaktown, always
a bit of food.
You can eat these, can you, mate?
No, Amy. Yeah, cheese is alright, actually, I think, as long as it's not strong.
Cool Han with the plan, talks the head of the pay. Simmer and Biff, Welsh Dragon, see you all at the rank. So wrap this up a quick, let's get the show started. Comments in the chat, even replay gets
Let's get the show finished.
self-known, so we can shout.